And
Except it was supposed to be a refresher from season 1.
But I'm just like, they could have done like a whole flashback episode where they were like, previously on the Rising of the Shield Hero.
It's not like Dragon Ball. Each anime does a little differently of refresher. That's what it would be a whole different thing.
It just feels like they're wasting my time.
No, it's not. If we watched season 1 when it first came out and watched it, and then came back again 2 or a year later and watched season 2, you would have been asking, oh, so what's going on? I don't remember any of this. And then when the episode was going all out of the whole situation of that, you'd be like, oh, that's why. Yeah, I remember now.
But I just feel like this whole second season is a side mission.
It is. I keep telling you this.
But it's not good. Just because you say that that's just what they wanted to do doesn't make it good.
Take cover. We gotta find out where we're getting shot at. Let's go. Gotta go. There's enemies in shooting at. Let's go. Gotta go. Gotta go. And gotta go. We gotta run and go. And go. And run and go. We gotta collect some equipment so we will not get our butt clapped. Let's go. Gotta go. I got healings over here. We gotta go. We gotta go, and go. We gotta run, all run away. We gotta make sure we don't get our clapped.
All right. Okay. Thank you for that little performance.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit energetic and also a little bit tired, so I had to get my energy out. So I'm sorry. That's the intro. Hopefully, I don't know.
Okay. All right. So let's get it started, my lad, my bucko, my buddy, my pal, my amigo, my compadre.
All right, cool. Do you remember to press record this time?
Mi compa. Oh, yeah, I've been recording.
All right, cool.
All right, so let's jump right into the news.
Just jump into it.
Let's just jump into it.
Let's just do it.
Just do it. Nike. And also what I say to myself when I'm gonna take all those pills.
What? Huh? What you mean by that? What the hell? What do you mean by that?
What the hell?
What the hell? What are you doing, boy? What are you doing? If you guys didn't notice, I'm in my streaming mode because earlier I was streaming, but
you were creaming. You were creaming in your pants.
I gotta explain myself. I'm gonna do it in our podcast. I don't care. It will take longer. But I was playing God of War last night, during at the time of this recording, and we had a little situation. I promised my chat I will be playing Heavenly Bodies, but Heavenly Bodies was being a bitch. It said it was compatible for multiplayer, but they didn't specify what kind of multiplayer it was. Because I switched going to do Heavenly Bodies, and we found out, me and my buddy, we were like all excited to play Heavenly Bodies. I was ready to stream it and everything. Apparently, it was only for local play, meaning 2 people in the same room had to play it at the same time. And we were bummed about it.
No kidding.
We were bummed about it. We tried everything. We tried doing share play. We tried trying to record it in a different method. Nothing worked. Nothing worked. And then we did research. And apparently, Heavenly Bodies is on the computer. And it is acceptable for online co-play.
Mm-hmm.
And we were pissed off that only the computer console players were able to do it, except for the console players. Right. That's the whole reason why we bought Heavenly Bodies, to play with our buddies. But no! They fucked it up! PlayStation, if you're listening to this podcast, I don't think you are, but I'm going to be streaming later today, and I'm going to be talking about it. You better get that shit fixed! I wanted to play with my buddies' Heavenly Bodies. Like, what the hell, man? Anyway, let's go back to the podcast. I had to let my rant out because I was pissed off. And I just end up playing Fortnite for the first time. Not streaming it, but my buddy did stream it. So I'll be streaming on my end because I learned all the shit how to play Fortnite, even though it's a disgusting game to
Did
play
you play
at.
as Goku?
No, apparently there are skins that you have to buy during those events, and I did not play Fortnite when they were coming out. Because I hate it. It's disgusting. It's the whole concept of battle royales. Even Call of Duty started doing it. That's why Apex is so popular, because it's all about battle royales, and I hate battle royales. It's like go out, collect materials, get weapons, get ammo, get all of that. And now when I play Fortnite, I kind of liked it. Not gonna lie, I kind of liked it, but I don't like Fortnite. I prefer to play any other game than Fortnite. So, to bring the whole thing of it, I got Apex, and I'm gonna play Apex sooner in the future. So
You're an Apex predator.
maybe I got Apex, and I'm gonna be planning to play that in a stream solo, because none of my buddies have it. So I'm gonna be playing it by myself.
All right, Dynamite. All right, well that's actually kind of unfortunate, because you would think, I don't know, because like multiplayer, like online multiplayer is such a big part of gaming nowadays. You would think that every game would try to include that in their games for like more, just like, just to reach a bigger audience, you would think.
Yeah, to be honest, when we go back to the PlayStation Store, the reason why we thought it was multiplayer, because it had the PlayStation Plus symbol on it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have the PlayStation Plus, that automatically says that it's online play.
So it was
when
like clickbait.
Yeah, basically. And then when we go back to the game, when we first initially bought it, when it was the Plus on it, we looked at it, and the Plus is gone.
Damn.
So we literally bought a Plus game, but we were both busy. They're unable to play it at the time. We had finally made the time, because both of us had different work hours, and we cannot play at the same time, because I work during the night and he's free during the night. So we finally had made a plan to finally play together at night when we were both free. And when we finally started trying to play it, it didn't work. And we checked the PlayStation Store, saying that I told him I saw the PlayStation Plus on it. Did you? And he said yes, he did see it. So we went back to the PlayStation Store to find out what the hell is going on. Not there. Then that's when we went to the whole mayhem of trying to figure out how we can play with each other while streaming it.
Wow.
It was so pissed off. We were both pissed off. We were bummed the hell out of our minds. I was here going, fuck, man. So did I buy this game for no goddamn reason? And we both came to the conclusion, yeah, we did. But we're gonna try to figure out how to play it.
Yeah.
But for now, me and my co-host are gonna be playing it. Since it's local play, I finally found a game we can both play while we can stream and talk about the podcast in the future.
Yeah, we're gonna cream in our pants.
Yes, and give you guys heads up, he is not a console player. He doesn't know none of the PlayStation controls and how to work it. So
I know a little bit. I played the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2.
But you don't know the PlayStation 3 with the D-pad on it. D-pad has a whole different system. So it's gonna be fun, guys, to see him struggle.
I played Crash Bandicoot back in the day.
Whoa! Whoa!
And Marvel vs. Capcom on the original PlayStation.
Oh, I did too. I remember fighting. My favorite teams were Spider-Man, Captain America, and Iron Man.
Oh shit, that's basically like my go-to. I would always play as just the Marvel characters. I would never like mix them in with like the Capcom characters, because I didn't give a fuck.
Every time I play it, I always go for full Marvel or full comp.
Yeah.
Never mix. Except for one comp. I forgot the other person's name of the character I used for the comp, but it was Wolverine, the comp character, and then if I remember Deadpool.
I always like to use Cable and Wolverine, and then Spider-Man.
The reason why I had those three, because if you pull up the bar, if you guys played it, there's a bar. If you go to number 3, all of the 3 characters will activate their ultimate moves.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did those 3 comps of Wolverine, the comp character, and Deadpool, their comps perfectly work together while fighting with each other. Deadpool does his old guns, Wolverine does his melee to keep the character there, and the character does something that complements Deadpool's comp. It was so good that I started using that comp every time I fight somebody that is using mixed characters. Because Wolverine keeps the character there, Deadpool goes in and starts shooting guns ablazing, and the other character shoots a beam or something, does something in the background that covers the sky. And I love that so much. I got melee, mid-range, and far range all in one comp, and I was happy about that. It was so good. But it took forever to get them lined up because Wolverine had to hit the character and the person just needs to jump over him to dodge it. So it took a while for them to actually get hit. But if Wolverine fails, Deadpool and the other character does do damage on him.
I want to take you for a ride.
Let's go back to the past. We gonna relive our memories. We
All right.
got our childhood
News.
new, and it's getting
Let's get through the news before
now
we
we're
start
going
talking
to
about the show.
lose all the round. All right, let's go.
This is CNN.
No,
All right.
copyright. Copyright infringement. It's not cool. Let's get it going and never mention them again.
Oh my God. Fuck you.
Hey,
All right.
I'm in a singing problem. I was streaming last night. That's why I am tired as fuck right now. But I have a lot of energy because that streaming energy style. Let's go.
Oh man, you're lucky I don't fucking slap the shit out of you. All
Hey,
right.
just be happy I have energy to go. This is the streaming mentality, brother.
All right. So first bit of news, and this is a news that's kind of close to my heart.
All right, tell it.
Are you familiar with the comic book series / movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
No, I do not.
All right, so then you weren't a hipster growing up in the 2010s.
I was a 10-year-old going through school at that current time, so
Well,
don't blame me.
I was a bona fide teenage wannabe hipster who loved Scott Pilgrim. I loved Scott Pilgrim and How I Met Your Mother.
I see.
Okay, but the news for any Scott Pilgrim fans out there is that Netflix is going to be producing an anime adaptation of the Scott Pilgrim graphic novel series, and for the fans of the movie, the original cast is coming back to voice their characters.
Woo.
So Michael Cera is going to be back as Scott Pilgrim.
Oop, sorry. That came out of nowhere. Sorry.
You gross motherfucker.
I'm sorry. That came out of nowhere. I was not expecting that. I'm so sorry. Continue on. I'm interested.
All right, so Michael Cera is going to be voicing Scott Pilgrim once again. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is going to be playing Ramona Flowers. And then all of the other actors that we saw in the movie are coming back to play their roles again. From what I understand, this is probably going to be a faithful adaptation of the graphic novels, because I know that a lot of fans were unhappy with the movie because the movie deviates from the actual story and the plot of the original graphic novels. But because the graphic novels, there's about 6 of them, so the story is pretty long and it's kind of intricate. There's a lot of character relationships that go on in the graphic novels. So the movie, because the movie is a 2-hour movie, it can't really show all of that.
They can only show the good parts and bits to make a good story.
Yeah, because the movie really did focus mostly on Scott and Ramona, and it mostly focused on the action that's in the comic books. So I personally love the movie. I think it was definitely my favorite movie for a long time. It was definitely my favorite movie from when I was in high school. For me, that movie was everything I wanted a movie to be. It was funny. It was full of action. It had good effects, good graphics, even the title sequences. Before Scott Pilgrim versus the World, when I saw that in theaters, I never really gave a shit about title sequences. That movie has one of the best title sequences ever, because everything is drawn by hand, and it's very well done. So yeah, and this show is actually going to be produced at an animation studio in Japan. Let me just look up what the name of the studio is. So the series is going to be created by Anime House Science Saru. So if you guys are familiar with that Anime House, you'll that's definitely something to be excited about. But yeah, so
That animation house is good. They make good anime on that.
but let me ask you something, my lovely co-host. Are you familiar with Scott Pilgrim? Have you read any of the books or seen the movie?
No, I have not, because when I was a child, my parents were overprotective on certain things, and they thought it was too inappropriate.
Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's definitely like the novels, the graphic novels and the movie are very much aimed at like an older teen audience. It's not really a kid friendly it's not really a kid friendly property.
So yeah, so anything from 2000 2010 where all that happened, I was still under the age to be considered a teenager.
Mhm.
So I don't know nothing of this. I wish I knew something about this because I started watching anime when I was about 5 6 years old. So I already was corrupted to begin with.
Oh, well, if you definitely like anime, you'll definitely like Scott Pilgrim, both the graphic novels and the movie. The movie is actually, I think, if Hollywood were to follow that kind of like template of a movie, they could be able to do like really good anime adaptations, because the way that the director directs the action, the way that the movie is edited, it feels like a live action anime. And sometimes it actually even feels like a live action video game, because the movie has like a lot of video game tropes, a lot of video game sound effects. I remember there's one scene where Scott finds something. I think he gets like a package delivered or something like that, and the sound effect that they play is the Legend of Zelda sound effect when, like, Link like opens a chest or something, from like the
Gotcha.
old games, not like the modern games. But there's like a lot of video game references in the movie, a lot of like in the graphic novel. There's also like a lot of like, the characters definitely look very manga inspired. It's not exactly the characters aren't drawn in the manga style. It's very much inspired by, I want to say, like, a lot of older like manga, like the Akira Toriyama style, like the style of Dragon Ball, stuff like that. It's very simple, but it's very charming. But I think you'd really like it, so I'd really recommend you getting into that property. And I know that Scott Pilgrim versus the World is definitely like on our list, so we'll be reviewing it sometime in the future. And I think you'll really dig it, because you love video games and you love anime. And the Scott Pilgrim versus the World was a very rare missed opportunity for Hollywood to, like, learn how to adapt like not comic books, anime and video games. Because if they follow the formula of that movie, they can find the secret to like properly adapt like anime into like a live action form. But anyways, let's move on to our next bit of news. Did you catch the new Spider-Verse trailer, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
I have. When I first watched it,
Across the Spider-Verse, I mean.
yes, when I first watched it, the only thing that popped in my mind was he has a baby, and they did the meme.
Yeah, the Peter B. Parker.
Yes.
Yeah, the schlubby bummy one from the first movie.
Yes, he has a kid, and they did the meme. I love it.
I was just I was the one takeaway that I got from that trailer is like, I was just like wondering to myself, well, about Miles, what did bro do to make them all so mad?
Well, in the trailer, they did reveal why they're pissed off at him. A
Yeah.
little bit, but for context, for people who hasn't broke it down themselves and just saw the trailer, like, oh my god, that's so cool. It's Miles against all the other versions of Spider-Man. So, for the concept, what's going on, in the trailer, they revealed that he wasn't supposed to be a Spider-Man. He was a Spider-Man with no purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why they were really trying to get after him, because they don't believe that he is a true Spider-Man, because he didn't get the powers of Spider-Man from his own world, which hints from the first movie, Spider-Man of Miles Morales, Into the Spider-Verse. It was when you go to the scene where Miles was doing the spring paint with his uncle, and the spider comes down on his web, it was glitching the hell out. Like the same where all the other Spider-Mans, Spider P. Parker, Hog Pig.
Yeah, Spider Pig,
North Spider, and Peter B. Parker.
Yeah, Peter B. Parker.
They were all glitching out. So they're saying that in this new movie that's coming out, that spider wasn't evolved in his world, not in their universe. That spider came from a different universe, was supposed to bite a different Spider-Man, probably another Peter Parker, but it went to Miles' world when Kingpin was trying to bring back his wife and kid.
Yeah,
that spider came into their universe and bit Miles, which it was not supposed to happen since that spider wasn't even supposed to be in that world.
Well, yeah, it makes sense because so Kingpin was doing those experiments around that place where he was graffitiing.
Yes, so that is why in this movie everyone's saying that he's not supposed to be a Spider-Man. He doesn't have the guts or the charisma to be a Spider-Man because he wasn't even supposed to be a Spider-Man in the first place.
Interesting. You bring up like a very interesting point because if you are gonna make a Spider-Man movie where it is like all like like all these different spider people from different dimensions, if the story's gonna revolve around Miles, you really have to do something to make Miles stand out against all the other Spider-Man. So that's actually a pretty interesting concept that you're bringing up. Hopefully that's what they do in the movie, because you know how Hollywood sometimes can be. Sometimes Hollywood can be very stupid, but I hope that's the thing that they do for this movie.
Nah, that's what I'm getting from the trailer. Like they're attacking Miles just because he wasn't supposed to be a Spider-Man. That's what I gain all of it from from the trailer is them Spider-Man 3088. Was it?
Spider-Man 2099.
2099 is like apparently like I'm guessing the leader of the group since he's the one who
he's the one who created the Citadel of Ricks.
The Citadel of Spiders, Spider-Mans. Yeah. So I'm assuming he is the leader or like vice leader or whatever of the group, and he basically told Miles that he's not supposed to be a Spider-Man and everything, and saying that you're not supposed to be a Spider-Man.
He's a Spider Boy.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, Miles, you're coming here. You think you're gonna be playing with the big boys? Nah, you're just a little baby.
And I have a feeling there's a situation where it involves Miles. Like the reason why he told Miles the things he told because probably something happened that is affecting the Spider universe because of what happened with Miles.
The multiverse
and
is
he's
cracking.
trying to get rid of Miles to not be Spider-Man, so the multiverse will be fixed. But that's from their side, and Miles wants to be a Spider-Man, proves he's a Spider-Man to the other people.
Yeah.
Because in the trailer, you saw like a whole dog pile of Spider people where Spider P. Parker with his kid on his chest telling Miles, are you even sure you're ready to be a Spider-Man? Because I think and the whole movie is them trying to stop Miles from being Spider-Man and Miles trying to prove to them he can be Spider-Man.
Yeah, and I also like how in the trailer they're really showing that Miles is really having a hard time balancing his Spider-Man life with his regular life. And his internal conflict is that, people are always telling him what he should do, what he should be, but he isn't exactly given that choice. So I actually kind of like that. It's an interesting arc that he's going to go through if the movie comes out good, because we never know, because until we actually see it, we don't know if it actually is going to be done well. But I like what they're set. I like the story that they're presenting so far.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. I'm just hoping my theory of what I just said is correct, because from the trailer, that is where I'm getting from.
What did you think of the animation? I thought that the little bits of animation that we saw, I thought that the colors were like really good, and I thought that the animation was super stylized. Did you like it's pretty much the same animation from the last movie, but it almost seems like flatter, like more 2D than 3D. Not that I'm saying that it's done in a 2D, but like the style of it is more flatter than the last one. Didn't you notice?
Yeah, I did take notice of it. They're probably doing that, but because of some Spider-Man's gonna be coming out 2D. So I believe they're trying to blend it, making all the characters more 2D.
Yeah, because
so they don't pop out in your face saying, "Oh, look, a 2D Spider-Man," and then every time they have a 2D Spider-Man showing, is not like sticking out like a sore thumb.
Interesting, yeah, because I don't know if you noticed, the Spider-Man from the new Spider-Man video game from the PS4 one, he's in that trailer too.
Yeah, I did saw that. I was gonna mention that if you didn't mention it. He
Yeah.
was there, and also I think I saw it. It was a little small. I thought I saw the old PlayStation 1 Spider-Man there. I think I saw him, but I wasn't really sure because I cannot pause and replay ads.
I don't know. I saw somewhere that somebody said that the 90s Spider-Man, the one from the cartoon, was also somewhere in there, but I'm not sure.
Oh, that would be cool.
No, but I kind of like how they're doing all these different art styles, because some Spider-Man are like in that 2D style, some of them are cell shaded, and then some of them do look more traditional 3D. So it'll be very interesting to see how they blend all of those art styles together. But yeah, I enjoyed it. One last question about the trailer though. What did you think about the other villain, the Spot? The polka dot guy, the guy who jumps through like portals.
The Spot.
Like remember there was a little scene in the trailer where Miles is in like a convenience store, and then there's this guy who's black and white.
Oh yes, the Spot. Okay, I thought you were talking about the Spot of the Suicide Squad.
No, not Polka Dot Man. Yeah, the Spot. He's a more obscure Spider-Man villain. He's not really he's not as popular as say like Venom or the Green Goblin, but I like the fact that they're using more obscure Spider-Man villains in these Spider-Verse movies. I think because it just makes them more unique. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The last time I think I saw the Spot in anything is going back to that 90s Spider-Man cartoon. He was a villain for one episode, but they only used him for one episode. I don't think they brought him back for another adventure. But yeah, pretty good trailer. I also heard somewhere that this Spider-Man movie is a part 1 to a 2-part story.
Oh,
because I think at one point they were Sony released a thing like an article or an announcement where it said Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse part 1, and then there was going to be like a part 2. Like I think they already greenlit the sequel for this Spider-Man movie, because I think they have a lot of faith in the Spider-Verse movie to make enough to warrant a sequel.
Oh wait, that just came. I just forgot. Wait, remember? I just remember this. They're making Spider-Man movies, right?
Yeah.
So are they partnered with Sony?
So Sony owns the film rights to Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're making a Spider-Man movie with different Peter Parkers. So
yeah.
Are they partnered with them, or are they safe? I just remember this when
So I don't know how exactly it works. I know that Spider-Man 2099, I know that he referenced Doctor Strange and the Tom Holland Spider-Man in the trailer. And
yes,
they made it pretty obvious. So I don't know if that's just going to be like a throwaway line. I don't know if Sony has bigger plans. I don't know if Marvel is working with them for something bigger. I know that there is going to be a Spider-Man 4 in the Tom Holland universe. Because I'm pretty sure that they're already planning a Spider-Man 4. I just don't know how Sony and Marvel are going to handle that, because Marvel, the MCU is in a weird spot right now, because a lot of their movies from the last year didn't do so well, and people aren't, there's not people saying like, oh, we loved Eternals, or oh, we love Shang-Chi. We're new fans of that, so they're kind of in a weird spot. Because I think Spider-Man No Way Home was like their most popular one, so I wouldn't doubt that they would try to keep that momentum going. But I don't know what's going on, because Sony is also in like a tough spot right now, because a lot of Sony's stuff, the Ghostbusters movies haven't been doing well. That remake or that reboot of Men in Black, that one also bombed.
And what the heck? They changed the characters and you put famous actors into it.
Yeah, Men in Black does not work without Will Smith, but I don't think they'll make another Will Smith Men in Black, because of the whole slap controversy.
Get your name out of my wise mouth.
Exactly. And so Sony really has Spider-Man. I guess they also have Uncharted, but they haven't really
they should continue
anything.
it.
They should.
Honestly, they should. I am a big Uncharted fan, and the first movie they did really good. They used multiple parts of the previous games for their
Mm-hmm.
scenes, and they introduced Chloe. I ever remember her
Mm-hmm.
name first because in the Uncharted game universe, Nathan Drake met Chloe first before he met the new girl, which I forgot her name because it's been
Mm-hmm.
so long since I played the Uncharted games. I did remember streaming it all. I might stream it again just to go reminisce on memories.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll see. But I don't know. Let's just see how this first Spider-Man, well, this Across the Spider-Verse Spider-Man comes out. We'll see how they do it, and we'll see where it goes from there. And so kind of like a last bit of news, the Mario movie. I know that you haven't seen the Mario movie, but I do want to mention one thing. So on its opening weekend, the Mario movie grossed over 370 million. Yeah, $377 million at the worldwide box office, and so it beat out Frozen 2 for the highest opening animated movie.
Yes, I have seen clips of that.
So it's so right now the Mario movie is the highest grossing opening weekend animated movie ever in movie history. So it's pretty much guaranteed that Mario is going to get a sequel, and
Yep.
it's probably going to kick off like, other spin-offs in the Nintendo universe. So I'm just thinking, do you believe that now we're going to have like video game movies are going to overtake comic book movies, because a lot of the
Yes.
comic book movies from last year really didn't do so well. Like I said, I mentioned, the Eternals, Morbius also didn't do pretty well. Marvel is kind of like, they're just trying to figure out what to do next. They've had some recent controversies with the actor who played Kang in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Wait, why?
Well, he got arrested.
Oh, what the hell?
I don't want to go too much into detail because it's still like an investigation. But Marvel is kind of in a weird place right now, and then with the Mario movie coming out doing so well, and also not Spider-Man, Sonic, Uncharted, and that Mortal Kombat movie that came out in 2021, we're starting to see not comic book, video game movies actually start to doing pretty well, and I think soon they're gonna overtake comic book movies.
They better, because I already heard news of God of War getting a movie started of
Oh, yeah.
going through Kratos' life, and they're gonna do it in parts. Part one will be
And
God of War, and
Yeah.
the past God of War, not the 2018 and the 2022.
doing the Greek mythology ones.
Yep, they're doing the Greek mythology. They're gonna do part one of the first game, and then part two of the second game, then part three of the third game. I don't know. They're gonna do the other two games. I think they were spin-off games
Mm-hmm.
of part two and part three of the games where Kratos kills Olympus and Zeus, and then finally,
I think it was
leaves.
3 games.
no, there were 5 games in total. 2 others, I forgot the titles and the names.
Yeah, because
Wait, I have the God of War collection right here. Hold on, let me look at them.
because God of War, because God of War was really popular like in the early and mid 2000s, because it was on like the PlayStation 2 and stuff. Because I did feel like it did go away quite a bit after the third one, because after the third one I felt like the fans started to like kind of go, start to be focused on other things, and I felt like maybe like the studio really didn't put like their best foot forward with like the next installments.
All right, so the collection I got only had God of War 1 and 2, but there's other collections out there that has all the God of War games, all
Mhm.
5.
And
each one has a specific story of how Kratos, like part 2, and there's a sequel for God of War 2 where he goes out trying to break the contract of Hades or something, and then 3, that's where Kratos finally broke the contract with Hades and then killed Olympus, and then there is a sequel of that where he tries to break the chains of Hades, because he already killed Hades, but his soul still belongs to Hades. So he finds the guy that was holding his soul, gets it back, and then leaves Olympus forever, and that's where we get God of War 2018.
I will steal your soul.
Okay. So I am hoping they get onto it because they really got the character for Kratos,
Yeah.
the model they use for God of War and God of Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
So they can use him. He makes the Kratos character good.
Yeah, Christopher
Perfect.
Judge.
Yeah, Christopher
That's
Judge.
the name of the actor. Yeah, he's really
So-
good.
He already have a Kratos. We just need a Atreus. We need a Mimir. We need a Brock. We need a Sentry. We need a Frey. We need a Freya. And there's any other characters that got introduced?
They can get Chris Hemsworth for Thor.
Thor. That's Ragnarok. That's way up.
Yeah,
up
but
there.
they could get him.
No, actually, I heard that they're not gonna give a fit Kratos. You know, in the God of War Ragnarok, Thor is fat, right?
Yeah.
And he's built. So they're gonna look for someone who is a
Yeah, but
bodybuilder of the same.
Hemsworth can go, instead of hitting the gym, he can hit McDonald's.
No, they saying they're gonna find an actual bodybuilder who fits the description of Thor.
No, I'm just saying, if he really wants to, he can go to like fucking KFC and eat like 12 buckets of chicken.
He can't do that. He has other movies and TV shows he has to be in while he's fit. So he
have you noticed, just a slight tangent, have you noticed that a lot of Chris Hemsworth's other movies fail when he's not Thor?
Yes, I did notice that.
But anyways, let's continue on. What is that all that you have to say about the god of booty? That's my idea for a video game. I'm gonna create a video game called God of Booty.
What is he gonna do? Attract booty towards him?
Yeah, he's gonna go for man's butt, he's gonna go for women's butt, all butts.
Okay, we're gonna continue on before he say anything criminalized. So let's move
But
on.
mostly man butt.
Let's move on. So, anyways, continue on. Any other news topics you want to talk about?
I just want to say that the Last of Us TV show on HBO Max was also a very excellently well done show. So I really do believe that the video game renaissance is just over the horizon.
Now, talking of The Last of Us, should I be playing The Last of Us games then?
I hear it's very good. I hear the first one is a bona fide instant classic. The second one has its problems, and a lot of people didn't like it.
It won game of the year, which everyone was pissed off about.
Well, yeah.
The only reason I know because there's a YouTuber I watch and he was making a video and he made fun of it. It's like, game of the year, guys! Look at this game. This game is the game of the year. And he just it's funny every time everyone's like, hey, what's the game of the year? What's the game of this year? The Last of Us, you want a copy? Here you go. It's the game of the year. It has shit graphics and the characters were bugged out. And he basically just
I feel
all of it. And he just like, game of the year.
I feel that a lot of like the reason why people didn't like it is because someone hacked Naughty Dog and they leaked a lot of like things that were going to happen in the story. And so I feel that Naughty Dog and Sony were like kind of like backed into a corner where it's like, oh, we wanted this to be like a surprise, but because they got hacked, they felt like, oh, we just have to release what we have now. And because of that, the game came out so buggy and all that stuff.
Oh, I also heard that the ending of The Last of Us 2 was supposed to be way different than what they got.
Yeah.
Because of they got hacked. Because since they got hacked,
Mm-hmm.
they had to do a rush job. The ending
they did a rush job.
The ending they wanted to do was way different of the ending that we got.
Yeah.
So they even said I think it was in social media, I forgot which one.
Mm-hmm.
They revealed saying that the ending of The Last of Us 2 was supposed to be way different and more complicated.
Mm-hmm.
That it was supposed to make the players think why it's happening and have them play the other parts of the story, but having them play it back and choose the other endings to figure out what happened. But because of they got hacked, they couldn't do that, and they give the ending that we got right now.
Yeah, and then that's what happens. That's what really happens when you don't give a studio like enough time to really develop the story.
It gets
really
rushed, and we
right,
don't get the game they want to produce. They give the game that they have to give because of situations.
Yeah, but if you are gonna play any of the Last of Us game, play the original because that one's like a bona fide classic. A lot of people say it's almost like playing like a movie. You know, it's like you're playing something like the quality of a really good movie.
Oh, all right then.
So I would recommend that one. You be the judge on whether or not you want to do part 2, but I'd say do part 1. Whenever I decide to get like a PlayStation, whether a 4 or a 5, that's definitely one of the games that I'm going to be downloading.
Fun fact. PlayStation 5 just did an update.
Ah.
You know that we're trying to get better equipment and all that, and we're gonna try to use Discord in the future.
Discord. Oh, well, there's one more. Well, okay, finish your thought, and I want to tell you something about Discord.
All right, so in the PlayStation 5, a new update has been released that if you have Discord, you can add your Discord account into your PlayStation 5 and be able to talk to your Discord buddies if they don't have no PlayStation 5.
Well, after the things that have happened with Discord recently, I don't think I want to be talking to guys on Discord.
Uh-oh.
But I'll tell you in a little bit.
I probably know of it because I did some Discord drama stuff, so I may know of it. I may not. Let's find out afterwards. So if you are gonna get a PS5 and you want to continue doing recordings and all that while we're while streaming, I recommend getting a PS5 because sooner or later I am also gonna get a PS5 and we'll be able to record more efficiently, more clearly, and more effortlessness.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're streaming, we'll be able to get clear-cut audio next time. Okay. Fart jokes. All right.
So,
anyways, tell me what happened in Discord. I mean, no.
Right. Okay. So you know that secret government like plans and other secret government information were leaked on a Discord server?
I did not heard that. Okay, go on.
All right. So there was this Discord server. I think it was like a Minecraft-based server, and this guy who works in IT, works on like computers for the government.
Yeah.
He was like trying to flex on his Discord buddies.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I actually heard about it. He was involved in a Minecraft server.
Yeah.
I forgot which Minecraft server. He was in a Minecraft server, and he was just like getting dogged on in the game. So he revealed himself being a freaking IT for the government.
Yeah, and he was like, "You guys are a bunch of betas. I got secret government information," and they're like, "Nah, you're just a stupid cuck."
Yeah, and he revealed information of the government to prove he was from the government.
Yeah,
I was like, "What the hell? If you're part of the government, you're supposed to keep it secret."
Yeah, exactly. And you know what's funny? Like a month ago, TikTok, the CEO, he was getting grilled by the people in Congress, like all these senators and these Congress people asking him, "Oh, is TikTok just a way for the Chinese to get information from Americans?" And then he was like, "No, let me explain how this all works." And you can really tell that all these fucking boomers who had no fucking idea how TikTok and social media works, they were just asking him the most stupidest questions, and some of them were being outright like racist towards him because like the dude is not even Chinese. He's not.
Wow.
But because he's Asian, they all assumed he was Chinese. But anyways, like but just watch. They're going to do the same thing with Discord, and like they're going to ask him all about like, "Okay, so tell us about Discord kittens."
Fuck.
What does Ewu mean?
Oh fuck. And
like,
the weird shit is gonna be released. I don't like it.
Yeah, but like the thing is like our fucking Congress, our fucking senators and Congress people, they're all so fucking old. A lot of the senators, a lot of the people in Congress today in America are older than television.
100%
They're
agree.
older than television. Some of these motherfuckers are so old that their grandpappies were whooping slaves in the plantation. They had grandparents who were whooping slaves in plantations. They're so fucking old.
Oh, speaking of the whole Discord situation, did you heard that TikTok recently got asked by the CEO of TikTok was in a court asking multiple questions of is TikTok safe for children? And this guy gives...
Yeah, that's the same Congress committee. That was the same committee.
Yeah, so they were questioning the CEO of TikTok or their representative or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really specify. It was just a person from TikTok answering questions.
I think he was the CEO.
The CEO? Okay, so I was right. So they asked him so many questions about TikTok. Is it safe for children? Is it safe for children under 8? Is it safe for children under 10? And he said that multiple questions, clearly not panicking, not going, like a lot of people start in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
No, he answered them quick and easy. Explain the whole thing to them about each situation of children. For 5-year-olds, he say, is TikTok safe for 5-year-olds? TikTok is safe for 5-year-olds. We have a group that safe for children, and our safety community goes through for accounts and gives specific contents for 5-year-olds, so they will not see any of the inappropriate content at all at a certain age, which will we have parents talk to their children about. And in a group 10, they will give some more of the content from 5-year-olds from TikTok and yada yada yada. He explains the whole thing. I cannot say it over it because I saw this clip a long time ago, so I cannot really 100% specify what he said. But he explained it so well enough and more with confidence and intelligence that nobody suspect that he was lying. He gave so much proper evidence and he spoke with confidence that no one doubted what he said. So, because a lot of people has been trying to ban TikTok for all the inappropriate stuff, saying that this is not safe for my children. I was just on TikTok and see a girl shaking his booty. Yeah, because you're an adult.
Yeah.
There's a different rule set when the children's involved.
Because TikTok, like YouTube and stuff, it has an algorithm. So if you're looking for that type of content is going to come to you.
Will be given to you. Exactly.
Because if you're looking for, like, say, video game content, mostly you're going to get video game stuff.
For me, I don't like TikTok, but I do use TikTok. There's a lot of animation TikToks that I watch, a lot of funny comedian TikToks that I watch, a lot of gaming TikToks that I watch,
a lot of conspiracy TikToks. You're a really big fan of Alex Jones.
Shut the hell up. So for me, since I look at those animation, anime, games, and community, I get those TikToks right back because the algorithm's learning from me.
Yeah, because if you're interested in memes, you're gonna get memes. If you're interested in like, again, video games, or like even like exercise or health, like I know that, or cooking, I get like a lot of stuff for cooking because I like to cook.
Yeah, so the algorithm learns from you. And now woman's saying, oh, I saw a TikTok with a booty girl shaking her ass, because she's been watching those TikToks.
Yeah, but also, like, these fucking boomers, they don't understand that whatever you're searching for, the algorithm is going to tailor that towards you. So if you're going on the search bar searching up twerking, you're only going to get twerking videos. If you look up cooking, you're only going to get cooking videos. It's like these fucking boomers, they don't fucking understand the internet or like new technology. Do you know that actually the government had a committee from like the 70s to the 90s that would inform Congress and other people in the government about the new advancements in technology? But after the Republicans took over the House in 1995, they did away with that committee. So since 1995, the government really hasn't been informed on new advancements in technology. So they're all a bunch of like fucking clueless boomers.
Exactly. What to name a good comedian I watch in TikTok? What would we do about the boomers?
You better not be watching like any of those racist comedians.
No. There's a comedian that I stay and watch. I'm trying to find his name.
I better not find out that you're watching fucking Anthony Cumia videos.
No, I'm looking for the guy's name right now. So
you probably don't even know who that is.
No, I do not.
Okay, good.
I'm trying to look for this guy's name. You keep talking. I'm gonna look for this guy's name. This guy, I love him because the second you say about the boomers, I'm like, what are we gonna do about the boomers? Because that's the basic joke he used.
I just hate it when like out of touch people are trying to make laws that affect that really affect people, because they're trying to ban TikTok, what else? But actually the reason why they're trying to ban TikTok is because supposedly they're gathering all this information from its users. But Facebook does the same thing, Google does the same thing, YouTube, Instagram, all of them, Snapchat, they all do the same. They take your information and they sell it to other companies. Like, every time that you get like a scam or a telemarketer calling on you on your phone, That's because, you know, one of those companies sold your phone number to one of those companies. You know, like I can't tell you like how many times I get like these random calls trying to sell me like fucking insurance. Like I don't need all that insurance.
All right, so back to the cancellation for the TikToks.
Yeah.
I recently, since you already know, co-host, I want a VTuber model. Once we get money from our stuff.
Oh, we should probably look it up because I think there's inexpensive ways to do a VTube model.
Yeah, in TikTok we're doing a lot of research on VTuber models and VTuber models talking about how they got their models.
Yeah, because
I've been watching a lot of like VTubers recently in TikTok, which in the algorithm been giving me VTuber models.
Yeah, because I follow a TikToker and she recently created her own VTube model and yeah, it's a pretty interesting it seems very interesting. I'd really like to learn how to do it.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot of things. I did a lot of research, and apparently for a VTuber model, someone has to design the clothing piece by piece, put them together, put commands for that, and like, oh my god, that's gonna cost a lot of money if I want to do that.
Well, it'll cost a lot of money if you pay somebody to do it, but you could always like learn how to do it. And I know that there's some like 3D programs, like I know Blender 3D is a pretty cheap or free program. You just have to have like a fast enough computer with like a lot of memory to be able to operate it. And then to like animate and then put like commands onto the animation. That's also going to take a lot of time. There's YouTube videos that we could look up and watch and to see if you ever want to create your own VTube model. Yeah, but I definitely want to look into that, see how that works. Because, you know, it's interesting. It's interesting. I've always wanted to dabble a little bit in animation. But did you find the thing that you were looking for?
I'm trying to find this person's name. I'm literally trying to find this person's name. It's not popping up, which is pissing me off.
Why don't you save the videos on like TikTok? You know that you can save the videos, right? Or if you like the videos too, like even if you just like them, there's
looking at the likes now. I'm gonna go look at it up.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, the government they need to get up to speed on like the new technologies.
Oh, found it.
All right.
His name is Randy Feldface.
All right, good. It's none of if he's racist, then I don't know him.
He's a vegan. From Australia.
Okay. That doesn't say much, but okay. At least he's not one of the racist comedians that I know of.
All right, hold up. If you guys recognize his voice, here it is. Come on, talk, you butt. The hell?
Elissa. Elissa. No.
Nar.
Okay, let's play this game for 25 minutes. Elissa. No. Think Melissa dropped the M. ELLISSIAM. I never Mississippi. What did you do today, Melissa?
I got high and I came to a great show.
You got high and you get yes.
So that's Randy Feldface, but there's a clip of him literally saying, "What are we gonna do about the boomers?"
There's old people and there's boomers, and boomers got to go.
I think on one of his comedian acts, he did say that, "What are we gonna do about the boomers?" I think the boomers should just go. Let the older the younger generation take over. I think we'll be fine. There's gonna be a little fire here and there, a building destroyed, but we'll be fine.
Well, speaking of that, there are Cardinal heroes, and then there are the Shield heroes, and Shield heroes got to go.
Oh my god! All right, so should we now talk about the main topic of this? Are we done with the whole side?
Yeah, I think that's enough for this episode.
Alrighty then. So let's get on to the main bacon potatoes we're here to talk about. So we are here to talk about the anime series that it just got finished season 2, but got confirmed of season 3 next year. And the anime we'll be talking about is The Rise of the Shield Hero, season 1 and 2.
Yeah, The Rising of the Shield Hero by Eneko Usagi. This is a dark fantasy isekai series.
Yes.
And isekai, it's like in a similar genre as some of the other animes that we've seen,
But
like the slime.
Yes, like the slime. But this one didn't die. He got summoned.
Oh yeah, no. It's
There's a lot of different kinds of isekais you can get. You can get summoned out of nowhere. You can die and you get your soul transfer, or a god summons you and gives you a duty to do something to a
duty.
new world.
You said duty.
I will show you duty. So
All right.
we are gonna be the main character of this. We're gonna be following Nonofumi,
Nafumi.
which he is one of the Conroe heroes, and the Conroe hero that he has been chosen to is the Shield. And there are 3 others, which is the Conroe hero of the bow, sword, and
Spear.
And they get summoned by this country, this nation. I forgot the name of it because I don't care.
Oh, actually, yeah. What is? I just know it as the Nation.
Yeah, it's the nation. We don't remember the name. We just care about the characters. So we follow the characters because a king of this kingdom summoned them to take care of the waves. These waves are basically like the games of waves of monsters comes in to destroy the nations and the people, which these heroes were summoned to take care of them. But the first episode show the displeasement of the king, because of the first episode when the heroes were summoned, they were
Melromark.
Melromark?
Melromark. That's the name of the nation.
Ah, okay. I just gotta call the nation because I don't give two shits. So when these heroes were summoned and sent to a room, obviously someone was listening in on their conversations, and the king already shown that he has a dislike of the Shield Hero because of what the Shield Hero did, a past Shield Hero did, that the king hates so much, and he thinks all Shield Heroes are the same, even though they're not.
Which in the show, I don't remember there was actually a time where they actually explained the exact reason why he hates the Shield Hero.
Oh, they did during the trial, if you paid attention.
Yeah, no, but I don't remember exactly why he hates the Shield Hero. Like, I know he hates the Shield Hero, but he doesn't. I don't know exactly why. Like, why he hates him.
So the reason why the king hates the Shield Hero, little spoilers, heads up, spoilers.
Well, this is a spoiler conversation. This show has been. But before we go into it, I did a little bit of research on like TikTok to see how big this show is. A fuck ton of people have seen this show, so I'm pretty comfortable doing spoilers.
All right,
so
cool.
Just do spoilers.
So, anyways, in the reason why the king hates the Shield Hero, because in the past when he was young, the Shield Hero at his time saved all the demi-humans, which the king was displeased of it, because I have a feeling he was a man that enslaved the demi-humans.
He benefited from the enslavement of these people.
And when the Shield Hero his time came and saved them all, he went into Phantom.
Yeah.
He lost all his riches.
Oh yeah.
And he doesn't like them.
Which he fucking deserved, because he was getting rich off of exploiting other people.
Yeah, that's not good in any nation, in any world, but since this is a fantasy and they have different rules and different society groups and all that.
No, but I like that. I like that they have that, like, that's part of the themes of the story. I like that, I like that. I like that because you don't really see that in a lot of anime. They don't really do like social commentary like that in a lot of animes.
Oh yeah, you guys, I forgot to mention, my co-host really loved this anime. He loved it a lot.
Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I felt that the story was kind of mature for like the kind of like it felt very mature. It felt very intelligent, more than other shows that we watched in the past. But continue on with the King.
So the king doesn't like the shield hero because he ruined his family because of the shield hero at his time saved the demi-humans. Some of the demi-humans that was saved attacked his family.
Yeah.
And some of them got killed while they were in the chaos. And he was the one there seeing the whole thing happening. And he swore to never lose his family again because of the shield hero.
And but like I was saying, like I don't really remember that wasn't like a flashback or anything.
No, it wasn't a flashback. It was
So,
from the
I'm assuming that this is probably like from like the original manga or something.
yes.
Yeah, that was
So-
kind of. I will say this: I did like the show, but there were a little things here and there that did kind of irk me in terms of the story. That's like one of them where like I get it, like he hates the shield hero. Like I was able to put 2 and 2 together. You know, the king, he's the guy on top. The shield hero, he's kind of like
a nobility hero.
yeah, but like he's seen as like a second class citizen. So it's kind of like that thing of like, you know, how like the rich elite people, they don't really respect the lower class people, and just because he's the shield hero and you know he doesn't have like all the fancy attack moves and all that, he underappreciates him. So I got that, but I never saw anything in the actual season that
I think
actually
season 3
explained it.
will go a little bit in depth because
Maybe.
the information I got was
Well,
from a further future.
Well, if it goes the way of season 2, I don't think we're gonna get any more explanation.
We'll get
But
into season 2 a little bit later.
But yeah, but let's talk about the inciting incident. What is the thing that happens that kind of kicks off the whole story?
So this whole thing, the story, there is a bitch everyone hates, which I swear to God, there's a lot of
Mine?
hentai about it. Yeah, mine.
or Melfi or Melty? Well,
Melty.
Melty. So I know that she's called Mine as an adventurer, and then it's Melty like her princess name.
So this fucking princess set up
Nafumi.
Nafumi to look like a criminal with the king
Yeah.
because they planned this shit
Yeah.
to make him look like a criminal, not as a hero.
Yeah.
Once this crime was set in motion,
Mm-hmm.
he lost all his status, his respect, everything.
Yeah, because originally the shield hero, when all the cardinal heroes were gonna, you know, get their parties, choose their party members, nobody wanted to join the shield hero.
Because of information being excluded of the Shiro's state, because when the Shiros was put in a room to talk and get things situated on themselves, Nofumi revealed saying that, hey, I don't know how to use this shield. Like, how am I supposed to use it? And all the other say, yeah, no one used support roles, so I can't help you on that. Yeah, I like using the spear because I like all the techniques. I like using bow to stay safe. I like using the sword to be in the front of the battles.
Yeah.
And Nofumi also implicating himself, yeah, I use the supporter role. I use the sword as well to get into battles as well. No one used the shield. So when he said he doesn't know what he's doing, someone was listening in his conversation, told the king told all the people that was going to party up with the heroes, saying that the shield doesn't know what he's doing. So that's why he was excluded from having a party. And that's when the princess, Mel, went into him, convinced to be in the party, set him up to look like a criminal and lose all his status.
Yeah. But interesting that you mentioned that somebody was spying on them and they informed the king. I don't remember that exactly being shown in the anime.
Oh, they hinted. The heroes hinted that someone was listening in our conversation. If you were paying attention, you would hear one of the heroes saying, someone was listening in our conversation. Because the king probably said, the shield hero has no idea what he's doing with his shield. So I told everyone who was pretending that the shield doesn't know what he's doing.
But also I find it interesting that also because it's revealed later on in the season that the other cardinal heroes really don't know what they're doing with their weapons. They're just using like kind of like just flashy, like they're basically just spamming like the same attacks over and over again.
Okay, so
not really learning. No, but let me finish something.
Yeah.
But like we learn later on in the season that they really don't know what they're doing as well. And then as we see the growth of Nafumi, he really learns how to use his weapon properly. And he learns different ways to like grow and like advance his techniques. So the way that I took it is that people really just don't look at the shield hero the same way as that they do the other heroes, because the other heroes have the more flashier weapons and, you know, he just has the shield. so people underestimated him. That's just sort of what I got from like that first part of the first episode. I didn't really realize that there was like some spying going on. You know what I mean? I just
Yes.
put two and two together where like, oh, people really don't care about the shield hero because he doesn't have like the big magical weapon. He just has a shield. But under the surface, there's more to him, which is actually a good thing because in terms of like writing Nafumi as a character, he has like a lot of obstacles to overcome, which is a good way for the audience to get behind your hero.
All right, so I don't know if you pay attention throughout the whole season, but they keep revealing that they treat everything as a game, like it's actually a game.
Yeah.
Because the reason why the other three heroes act the way they act was because they thought it was a game. Usually, when you're doing a game and you fight a corrupt king or do a raid boss of a monster,
Yeah.
they disappear from by killing it.
Yeah.
But that's why we went to Nofumi, because he's a guy that sees everything as real life. He doesn't treat it as a game. He sees it as how it is, how everything is real.
Yeah.
And when the heroes slay a monster and the corpse is still there and causing disease, he cleans it up because he knows it's not a game. But because all the three heroes treat it like a game, they just assume that, oh, if I finish this, the people will figure out everything out themselves and the kingdom will prosper. Oh, if I fix their famine situation, the food will grow and the game will set it as, oh, food, keep growing the fruit.
Yeah,
and then killing the monster, the monster will die, it will disappear, and he walks away. But for Nofumi, shows the realism of what's happening. He goes to where the monster was killed, corpse is rotting, caused a disease.
Yeah.
Goes to the kingdom that got ruled by the evil king. The kingdom got worse and got to famine. There's no one running that kingdom no more. Everyone is now scrapping for food. Nofumi helps them to get back on their feet, and then back to the raid. But the famine of the country of the sea that was supposed to get food got out of control. Nofumi fixed the situation and fixed their actual famine using the techniques he learned throughout his adventures. Nofumi is basically the realism of what's happening. He sees everything as a game, but also in real life. The other three heroes, sees it only as a game and doesn't treat it as real life.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I really like about the series is that it really focuses on the consequences of these heroes, and the way that they handle just the world in general, they really handle it in somewhat of a realistic way because money is a big part of this series. Like an economy built, being able to buy and sell things, so you really get a sense that this world has an established economy. And also, you mentioned the dragon. I really like the dragon part of the first season because I like the idea of you slay a dragon or you slay this monster, and then because you don't get rid of the corpse, it infects the surrounding land. And I like that how that consequence was that the people got sick in this sort of virus, this pandemic. And yeah, it's really cool what they do with this world is you can really tell that they really wanted to establish a real kingdom, a real world. It gave me a lot of Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones vibes, which I really enjoyed, which I think made me like this series more than I did say maybe something like The Slime or some other shows that you've shown me.
So throughout the whole first season, we just get revealed of Nofumi going through his whole life of hatred and everything, trying to see the whole world in his own way. He hates everybody. He cheats. He steals, lies, and
he becomes very cynical.
He became basically a barbaric.
Yeah, he's very much an anti-hero for a lot of the first season. He's really doing things just for himself. But little by little, we start to see more of his good side.
Yeah, because of a slave he bought, which we got known as Raftalia.
Raftalia.
Oh my god, I hate it every time he says it.
Let me just say one thing about Raftalia. I was really worried when she was first introduced in the show.
Of course you were.
because I thought that she was just going to be one of those like waifu characters that, you know, is like all cute and acts dumb and stuff. And then like all the people online are going to lose their shit over and they're like not going to care that she's like dumb and annoying. But actually, she's not. She's actually a good character, a good, well-written character.
She has a backstory. Yes.
She has a backstory. She helps out Nafumi. She has a purpose like in the plot. You know, that's all I needed. That's all I wanted. I didn't want like some waifu trash piece of shit that usually these characters are.
I'm gonna kill him later. Don't worry, guys. I will kill him for the sake of weebs out there. I will kill him
because I don't like all that waifu shit. You know.
Yes, but don't diss the waifus, bruh. You want all these weebs to go find you and beat the shit out of you?
All these fucking weebs are dirty little dweebs. I can beat the shit out of them with like my thumb.
Dude, not when there's an army of them. If they show up and they say, we're here for Jack, I'll be like, he's upstairs. I'm just gonna let them. Because I know if you deal with an angry weeb, you're gonna get fucked up.
Oh, shut the fuck up. I can like snap their necks with like two of my fingers.
The reason why Nofumi started softening up is because of Raftavia. Shut the hell up. She's trying to understand Nofumi and try to soften him up and try to have people understand him more than following what he's doing. Because she's a beast person. Raftavia is a beast person. She's a raccoon.
Demi-human.
She's a demi-human. She's a raccoon. And her people always say that the shield hero will always save the demi-humans. Because the shield heroes of the past always saved the demi-humans. Always saved them, always protected them, always showed that equal is fair between all races.
I like that. I like that part of just like the plot and like the lore. I like how they mythologize him. Cause you don't really, you do see that in other like, you know, stories and stuff, but I like it when like, you know, shows have like a little mythology. And I like how like with Nafumi, you know, he's not, you know, he doesn't exactly fit into the mythology, but he grows to like, you know, be that character that people mythologize. I like that little detail. It's very nice.
And we also got revealed that the nation that Nofumi was supposed to be summoned, yes, supposed to, we will explain a little bit later, treated him as a god.
Yeah, like the first season really has like a lot of like twists and turns. It's almost like a conspiracy almost. Like just like the plot of the first season.
Yep, there was a whole lot of it.
Because originally like the cardinal heroes, weren't they supposed to be summoned to different parts of that world, not just that one kingdom?
So the reason why the heroes were summoned in that one kingdom, because the king was a selfish dickbag, and also he didn't want the shield hero to be summoned by the nation of the demi-humans, because if he goes into the nation of demi-humans, if Nofumi say charge to attack the humans, the kingdom will go charge and attack the humans, because they treat the shield hero as a god, a deity.
Which again, like I like that. I like it how like both the plot and the lore like really mix in well together, because oftentimes I really feel that some shows, they use their lore just as a crutch. You know, they just use their lore because that's just the thing you're supposed to have. But in this anime, they really mix it in well together, because not only does the king do that because of the lore, because you know the demi-humans idolize and mythologize the shield hero, he also does it because he's a dickbag. That's part of his character. And you know, and then that's also, I think, that's also a very smart way to portray him, to portray the king as this selfish ruler, because you know, in real life we have like a lot of like dickhead politicians who do things just to like empower themselves and make themselves like richer and more powerful, and then like leave like all the other people like in the lurch, in the dust. So, and I like that. I like that about the show. To
explain a little further, for the new viewers that doesn't know, each hero was supposed to be summoned to a different nation. The shield hero was supposed to be sent to the demi-human nation. The bow air hero was supposed to go to the nation that was specified for archery. The sword hero was going to go to a nation that is specified in sword fights. And the spear hero was supposed to be the summon in the nation that they were summoned in. And that will have the four corner heroes protecting their people from all the monsters from their territory. But because of the king being a digwad, he summoned all four of them in the nation and let the other nations suffer.
Yeah. because he's a selfish piece of shit.
Yes, exactly. And because of that, the queen, the true ruler of that nation, had to do damage control and go to each nation, explain what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's really interesting that we find out that that kingdom is what do they call it? A matriarchal society. It's not a patriarchal society. So the queen is actually the person who's like, the more powerful. It's like chess. Like, have you ever played chess?
Yeah, chess. The queen is the powerful, while the king is just there to protect the queen.
Yeah, and yeah, so it's pretty interesting. I like that little detail. I like how they are setting up this world. It's different enough from like the real world, but there's still like, like they still put in like things about like human behavior that, like an outsider can like, relate to. So let's talk about the waves.
I was about to get into that.
Yeah.
So after explaining all of that, now we go to the waves. When the first wave actually hit, Nofumi was on his own. He was fighting everything by himself.
With the help of Raftalia.
Yeah, with the help of Raftalia. Because since the Condor Heroes are not allowed to pick up any other weapon than the weapons they have designed on them, so the shield hero cannot attack without using his shield.
Yeah.
And he only thing he can do is do defense.
Exactly, yeah.
But because of all the monsters he's been fighting and collecting all the materials to make weapons from his shield, he's able to have shields that specify for attacking or helping set up Ratalia to attack. So when they were in the first wave, 3 of the Chrono Heroes went to go attack the main boss while the monsters destroyed the village and everything else. Yeah. When Nofumi saw that, he's like, "Hey, you some guys, help me fight the monsters of the village." They didn't listen. Neither the guards or anyone else. They didn't listen. They just say, "Fuck you. We're gonna go fight the monsters with the other 3 actual heroes."
It just really goes to show how like fucked up this kingdom is, because not only are like the king, he's ignoring like these smaller villages, but even like the heroes, they're like so brainwashed and so like out of it that they rather like go fight monsters because of glory and not because they want to like defend and protect the people. And
also their only mindset was to just fight the waves, because the king told them literally, "You're here to fight only the waves and only the waves of that, and you will listen to my commands only."
Yeah.
Which throughout the first half of the first season and second season show that they were still a little brainwashed of what the king said, but because of the queen trying to told them that the heroes are supposed to work together because of what the king did.
Yeah.
The heroes are still on that brainwave of they only there to fight only the waves and only that, nothing else.
Exactly. But
any adventures they do it on their own terms. So back to the waves, when Nofumi was fighting the monsters of the village, he was the only one fighting. Some guards saw them fight, and some of the villages saw him protect the village from getting more damage. After that, the guards saw that and respected Nofumi, saying, "Hey, he's not actually a bad guy that everyone's been saying about him." So the guards help him fight the monsters, and some of the villages that also that know how to fight help Nofumi as well to protect their own village. And after a while all the monsters were killed, the 3 heroes were still fighting the main monster, the main boss. They haven't killed him yet at all. After the situation in the village was settled, they told Nofumi to go to the monster to fight it, which he did. He went to go fight it. And after that, he was the one to slay them after all the heroes were arguing, trying to figure out how to kill him, saying, "No, you're supposed to attack this. No, you're supposed to do this certain pattern to get it summoned." And when Nofumi revealed that he killed the monster himself, he beat it. He soloed it while showing up to the other heroes saying, you guys were here and you guys been here for an hour or so and you couldn't even kill it. I came in 30 minutes in. He's already dead. I'm done.
Yeah.
Basically calling them weak.
Yeah, because you really see how like the show really like sets Nofumi apart from the other cardinal heroes, which is what you're supposed to do in these types of like stories where like you're focusing on this one hero. You have to make the hero stand out from the other characters, because if you don't, then why are we following this one character? And it's actually very interesting because like the themes of the show are very interesting. It kind of shows like how Nafumi time after time, even though he has so many like people against him, just so many like enemies and other obstacles against him, he's able to like overcome like all those obstacles, not without any like consequence, but you really get behind him as a character.
Yeah, and the reason why he was able to defeat the monster in the first place, because he unlocked a new shield, which is called the Rage Shield. But throughout the season, there's a lot of characters that told him the Rage Shield is a corrupting shield that corrupts the mind of its wielder and makes the heroes into a villain, which eventually would turn them into a monster for the wave to start.
But let's sort of mention a little bit about like the waves. I do want to mention something about like that first wave, the very first one we see in the series, where Nafumi and Raphtalia are defending the town. I really like the design of like the enemies. Because one thing I really like about this show is just like their commitment to like this medieval like European design. Like again, like I mentioned before, I like Game of Thrones, I like the Lord of the Rings, I like that whole aesthetic, and I like it when like like anime, especially like in anime, they embrace that aesthetic, because in animation you can do so much. And I really like that first wave of like all the undead like enemies that they had to fight. Have you ever seen this movie called The Black Cauldron? It's a Disney animated movie.
No, I don't think I have.
So in this movie, The Black Cauldron, the whole like plot of the movie is that there's this evil king. He's called the Horn King, and he's looking for this black cauldron, which will summon like an army of the dead. And like he finally does at the end of the movie, but we really don't get like a lot. We don't see a lot of like what that army can actually do by the end of the movie. But in this show, because it's an action oriented show, we really do get to see like crazy creative like designs and stuff, and I actually enjoyed seeing Nafumi and Raphtalia defeat like that first wave. But I think we forgot to mention one character, a character who also becomes important in Nafumi's party.
That's after the wave, which I will get into it. So after the wave has been complete, he got summoned by the king to explain why did he defeated the monster by himself, the boss. And he told him straight up, if you want me to tell you.
Oh no, but I think you're jumping ahead a little bit. Because the first wave was just Raphtalia and Nafumi. Because then after that he has that he has that duel with the spear guy.
Yeah,
and then after that he gets the one character that we need to mention. You're talking about like the second wave.
No, second they haven't went to the second wave yet.
Are you sure you're talking about the same wave? Because yes, I don't remember
the same wave.
Because I don't remember that from the first season. Because I know
for the first season.
Because in the first season they have that one wave where they're in the town, and then they have that other wave where they're on the ship. And I know
that's a far when Nofumi got his reputation back.
Yeah.
The one I'm talking about is the same wave when he talked to the king, told him that if he wants information, kiss his boot, and then goes to the slave market, gets an egg, and then goes back to the village, raised that egg, and became the Filori that we all know and love, which becomes the queen later on. Okay. And then after when the bird was growing, the spear hero came in to claim the land of the people of the village the shield hero was in. And then the people of that village told the shield hero, please help us, because if we get raised by him, the taxes will go higher and we're not going to be able to pay.
Exactly. And
then they raise, Nofumi won, and then the bird becomes a big fat bird. Yeah. And then later on we learn that bird can transform into a human, because that bird has been selected to be the new queen of the Filorian race.
But let's sort of explain what kind of like, okay, so after that first wave, Nafumi, he has more conflict with the king, and he goes back to like, and actually we didn't mention like the slave guy either. So there's this guy in the town who specializes in selling creatures and other demi-humans as slaves. And the guy looks straight up like Teddy Roosevelt, the president of the United States.
So yeah, this guy is a friend with Nofumi, since Nofumi has been bashed as a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to him for supplies and for materials he needs sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And he went up there to get a slave to fight for him because he doesn't have a weapon to fight
Yeah.
at the time when he was a low level. So that's why he got Rotavia. Rotavia became his master, and then Nofumi treats Rotavia kindly, treats her wounds, raised her up, taught her how to fight, broke her worries of not wanting to kill anything because she was a kid that doesn't want to kill. But he broke her confidence, got her confidence up, became the woman we know as today. And then again, he goes back to the slave market to buy an egg because he told him, like, you have a rare chance to get a very powerful Funorio egg,
Mm-hmm.
which he did get because he was raised by a hero. Because we find out later on that any Funorio egg that got raised by a hero becomes has a 50-50 chance of becoming the next queen of Funorials.
Mm-hmm. And
Which it did happen. The 50-50 did happen, and he got a new queen of Funorials, which he got named as the master of the Funorio, the heavenly Funorio.
yeah, but
Throughout his travels, he got multiple names. The Funorio, the Trace. He got lots of names. I forgot all of them. The one thing that got stuck to my mind was the Funorio.
yeah, but let's talk a little bit about Philo, because I have some things to say about her.
Yeah, I know you do, and I'm gonna say it.
I was ready to accept Philo as like the new party member.
As an animal.
Yeah, as like an animal, because I thought that was really cool, because because if you look at the parties of the other Cardinal heroes, they don't really have like an animal companion, and I thought it was really
all
cool.
of them were women or mixed. The spear hero had all women.
Yeah.
The sword hero had women and men, and the bow hero had men and women.
Yeah, so I thought that was a really cool addition. Like, I thought that she was gonna kind of be the Chewbacca of the group. Like, she was gonna be, like their animal, like their non-human animal sidekick.
The shield hero is the only one that has demi-humans in it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, which I thought it's cool. It's like a cool little like aesthetic, because he doesn't have like human party members. He does get one later on, but I like how it just makes him stand out and makes him look different. We later find out that that Philo has the ability to change into like a human form. Like she looks like a 12-year-old girl when she transforms.
Yes.
And that's fine and all, but I thought it would have been much cooler if they kept her as as a Filial, or Filial, however you pronounce that name. Filolial. I really enjoyed that design. She almost kind of reminded me like a Pokemon. I kept saying to myself, look at this Pidgeotto motherfucker going around.
My God.
But I like the design of her, and I like the idea of them having like an animal companion, like a Chewbacca almost.
Well, technically, she is still an animal. She still has the mindset of an animal. But she just transformed into human. Sometimes.
But that's like the other thing that I don't like, because when she is a human, they take advantage that she's like a cute like young girl. And then so like a lot of her scenes, unlike Raftalia, who is like, she's kind of like Nafumi's conscience. So she's always the one who's steering him like in the right way. What she does is she's mostly like comic relief. As a bird, she's pretty the mileage varies when she's a bird, but when she's a human, all she's doing is like all this cutesy stuff. She's jumping around, being all cute and stuff. And then there's scenes where like Nafumi's petting her head and stuff, and I'm like, what is this shit? We don't need all this shit. It's like, come on, dudes. Like, I get it. Like that kind of character is
much better.
That kind of character is seen a lot in like anime, and I know that Japanese audiences are used to that kind of character, but I'm sorry, I just hate those like lolly type characters that are just there to be cute and stuff, and for like the fans to go later online and jerk off to them. It's like, no, I fucking hate that shit.
Oh my God, a normie at its finest, boys and girls.
I'm just saying that again, like this show's not a perfect show, but I really like it a lot. But there are certain things that do kind of rub me the wrong way, that prevent me from like well, not prevent me. They just kind of irk me and they kind of make me cringe. But I do enjoy that first season a lot. But Philo is one that I'm kind of always like, I like her as a bird. I think it's really cool that they have, again, like this Chewbacca type character who's very helpful. But then when she's like a little girl, she's not really like, I just don't get it. But anyway, those are my 2 cents about Philo.
So yeah, so Philo gets introduced after the race with the spear hero for the village,
Mhm.
and then reveals that she can transfer into a human. And then we go to a whole side mission of trying to find clothing that doesn't rip every time she's
Mhm.
transformed. They finally fight out, but because of Philo being young and impulse, she keeps going in without listening to Nofumi's orders.
And I
Which-
like that. I think that's kind of funny that she's like a hothead.
Yeah, and then that's why she gets the animal crest, so she can learn to listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
And after all that, he returns back to the nation because they finally what's it called? They finally reached their limit break.
Mm-hmm.
They had to go to the Iron Glass. Oh no, they returned to the nation to get holy water.
Mm-hmm.
Because of one of the missions, because of one of the Sora heroes, they had to return back to the nation to get high graded holy water
Mhm.
to cure Ratalia's injury.
Yeah, because Nafumi, when he goes into like this rage mode, he essentially becomes toxic. Like you touch him and you get like infected with like what will you call it? Like his malice.
Yes, his
It-
malice.
It almost reminds me of Princess Mononoke. In that sense, because in that movie, the main character, he gets infected with the malice of a dying boar god, and it's kind of like that. I guess that's just like a Japanese kind of thing, and I think it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool concept.
Yeah, I like those kind of concepts. They're really nice.
But tell us about the hourglass.
So
What do we
the-
learn about that?
So the Iron Glass in their world are able to let them know when the wave is gonna show up. Let them get new skills and abilities for him and their party members.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, it also signifies any nation with a Iron Glass, a wave will be summoned there.
Mm-hmm.
That we find that out after Nofumi got his status back, because that's when he finally got respected and given the proper quos of a hero.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we learned after he became a hero again. But before that, we go into that. After Nofumi go to the Iron Glass, he meets up with the spear, fights again, saying that he wants to save that little girl that he has, which is the bird that he
Mhm.
raised. And the spear hero and Filoi doesn't like each other because he keeps calling her fat when she's a bird,
Yeah.
and she doesn't like him and kicks him right in the groin.
Mm-hmm.
And that happens multiple times, which makes Nofumi laugh and happy because of that. Because he
Yeah.
hates the spear hero the most, because he doesn't listen and he's the hero that gets mostly brainwashed and listen to whatever the princess says and the king says.
Yeah. Yeah, and but also with the hourglass, he actually gets denied the upgrade, doesn't he?
Yes, because he's a shield hero.
Yeah, and the king, well, not just the king, we later find out through a whole conspiracy that they just denied him, they blackballed him, they blacklisted him
Yes,
essentially.
because the heroes were able to do it free, he has to pay to get upgrades.
But then also like he comes back to like kind of like boost their status, and the nuns like straight up deny him like by orders of the king, and that kind of sort of like sets the seeds for like a reveal later on, like towards the end of the season, which yeah, because you really see how like this fucking nation fucking hates the shield hero
Because of the king.
yeah,
And
mostly
also
because
the pope of the church.
yeah, because we actually meet the Pope when he goes to get the holy water to cure Raftalia.
Yes.
But he also meets another character who I thought was pretty interesting. The sister of Mine, the other princess.
Oh yeah. We forgot to mention when Nofumi comes back to the nation again to get the class upgrades, because Fleo and Ratalia has reached their peak.
Yeah.
Because they need to upgrade it again so they can continue growing.
Mm-hmm.
They returned back, but before they returned back, they met up with a little girl,
Yeah.
which what we find out was royalty. But
Mhm.
at the time, they thought it was a noble girl.
Yeah.
So she was a round of a group of Felorials when she got lost with by her escort. Nofumi was luckily passing by and picked her up and agreed to take her back to the nation for a reward.
Mhm.
They finally went back, and then they finally got revealed that she is part of the king's. Sorry. And they find out that she's actually the king's daughter.
Mhm. His other daughter.
Yes. And he told them straight up, I don't want you to involve with me no more because he hates the royalty of that king.
Yeah. And I also want to mention one thing before she reveals all that. While they're traveling to take her back home, she becomes like friends with Philo, and during the night, they stop like at a night, like they set up like a campfire and everything, and they wake up the next night, and Raftalia and Nafumi don't see the little girl like sleeping next to Philo.
Oh, yeah.
And because
they-
Philo is such a glutton, she likes to eat, they assume that Philo ate her, but it's revealed that she was sleeping in her feathers. But I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious because they even came up with a plan what Nufumi told Raptalia, yes, Nufumi, we didn't see anything. What? We can burn the clothes and then walk away, and we can say nothing of this.
Mhm.
And Raptalia was like, no, we can't. They will have people. They will have posters saying of a lost girl. What happened if they track you doing it? And like, what do you want to do? Admit that Fleo ate the nobility girl
Mhm.
alive? It was funny for that moment.
Yeah, and yes,
so
so she becomes actually an important part of his party later on, but
yeah,
not
because of
initially.
situations, not because she wants to, because of situations, which we will get on it right now. When Nofumi was done dealing with the bullshit of the kingdom not letting him have upgrades, he decided to get off the nation to get upgrades, and his first choice was to go to the demi-human nation.
Yeah.
But the king found out and tried to stop him.
Yeah, because they set up like this whole like conspiracy where he sends his other daughter. Well, what was her name? Was her name Mel?
I don't remember her name.
Let's just call her the other princess. So he sends the other princess over to convince him to stay. Which the other...
No. The queen sent her to make the heroes get good terms with the king and the other heroes. And when she found out that he was leaving the nation, she went to follow him to get him to come back and talk to the king.
But she also has like a troop of like knights behind her. And as she's trying to convince him to stay, he notices that one of the knights is charging towards him and the princess. And then it all becomes like kind of like a setup, because they also have like a magic, what was it, like a magic mirror or something? Or like they had like these kind of like these magic mirrors that they're kind of like video cameras, and they were like recording everything.
Shield hero.
And they're they're incriminating the shield hero, making it seem that he's kidnapping the other princess, which can give the king it kind of gives the king the right to go after the shield hero and to like demonize him even more. And then
Melody, that's her name, Melody Q.
Mm-hmm. And so he takes Melody like for her own protection, because he also notices that they were also trying to hurt her.
So the reason why the knights attack Melody is because the first princess ordered the knights to kill her, but when that plan failed, they changed the plan up by recording Nofumi from attacking the heroes, attacking the shield, the soldiers.
Yeah.
But the soldiers had it in a way that it looks set up, like one of the soldiers grabbed his neck and reached out, and another goes, oh, like he got stabbed.
Yeah.
And then later on, they revealed they edited the whole thing of blood, them looking evil, killing everyone.
Yeah.
And it shows like the corruptness of that king. Really doesn't like this hero, and because of the princess trying to kill Melody
Yeah.
so she could be the queen.
Yeah,
because we
what-
later find out that the Melody, the second princess, is now the heir princess of her her eldest sister.
Yeah. So the other princess, she is the rightful heir of the kingdom. Mine, because it is sort of explained that she is power hungry and she's a liar and a troublemaker. They basically like denied her the right to be the next queen, and so that makes her power hungry, and so that's one of the reasons why she's so conniving and so evil enough to murder her own sister. And also that the way that they manipulated the footage adds a lot of like dramatic irony to the show or to the plot, because we know that the shield hero is innocent,
And lots of people know that the hero is innocent.
but like the majority of the population and the king, they're trying to like they're doing something actually very modern with this series, is that they're using like these sort of ideas of like the media, because you know how much like editing and the media can manipulate people's perception of a person or of a situation. It's pretty interesting that they use that in this show. But then later on, so for the next few episodes, it becomes sort of like a chase. Like Nafumi and his party are just being chased by the Knights of the King and by Mine,
and then the heroes as well.
Yeah.
And he revealed that Mine was what she's saying lies, that she wants to protect the hero, and saying that the shield hero has a shield that Mines control people, which is not true.
Which is fake news. Which actually, you know what's funny? This show actually like parallels like a lot of things that are happening in real life. You know, we got the way that the shield hero is portrayed like in the kingdom, like the lies that they tell about him, that's fake news.
Exactly.
And then with the dragon, you notice how like a lot of the people in that village had to wear like masks over their faces. That reminds us a little bit about the pandemic.
Which this anime was out way before the pandemic.
It's it's kind of like a weird like little coincidences that we see. And then also later on in the series, when two people are finally being tried on trial, it's similar to like what's happening now in America with like our former president. He's on trial now.
Yep.
But that's just a little thing I kind of like noticed while watching the show.
All right.
But anyways,
so back while Nofumi was and his party group was trying to leave and trying to protect Melly at all times because of the death threats she was going through.
Yeah.
And because Melody is the princess and she wants to return back to the kingdom to ask why this is happening, Nofumi has to smack some knowledge into her, some sense, telling her if she goes back now, she would just get killed before she gets to the kingdom. Or they just take her to the kingdom, take her to a secluded room and kill her off, and saying that she died by poisoning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So these few episodes really solidify Mine as like a total unredeemable monster, because at first, she was just kind of like a bitch, like an opportunistic character, but now she's like, she really shows her true colors as like a unrepentant villain.
So yeah, this whole time when Melody was trying to go back to the kingdom and Nufuli's telling her smacking her some sense of what happened and reality of the world, and Mine was trying to find her and kill her off. But because of the three heroes there, she lied to the three heroes saying, I want to save my sister from the shield hero, because the shield hero has a mind controlling shield that controls anyone's mind. And they ate it up, saying, all right, we got to stop Nofumi now. And then after they got revealed, and Mine and the shield hero and the princess herself reveals it, Mine just saying the shield hero's using his shield to control her, and then starts attacking.
Yeah.
Ending to kill. And the other two heroes, the sword and the bow, saw this as, hey, wait, I thought you said you wanted to save her. And just, shut up, I'm protecting her by killing her off. And then just shows up. While the spear hero is just like there, standing there, accepting all of it. Saying, yeah, that is okay. Yeah, it's fine. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, she's just killing her just to save her. That's fine.
Yeah, and it kind of and then and because of that, the bow and the sword hero actually kind of like decide to do like their own like little investigation.
No, they didn't do that yet until Nofumi tossed them a pendant of the church of the three heroes, not the four, because at the church they only support the bow, the spear, and the sword. No shield. And when Nofumi tossed the pendant towards the bow hero, saying, "Here, figure it out. I know you can. I know you're the only person I know you can figure this out." When he saw the pendant of the church, he saw. Wait, he figured it out himself? Saying, "Wait, did Nofumi figure something out? That's why he's being chased." So he teamed up with the sword, telling him what he figured out, saying Nofumi figured out something out, and I'm gonna finish what he started, basically.
Yeah.
And then during the whole time of Nofumi trying to evade everyone and trying to get out of the nation, they went to a little side quest because Melody got picked up by a nobleman by telling lies, saying that he's keeping the shield heroes safe, and had to do their own side quest. The other two heroes went to continue the investigation,
Yeah.
and he found a lot of stuff, especially a secret weapon that the church created.
Yeah, and I really like and like that's kind of like the big climax of the first season, which I really didn't see it coming until, well, when they revealed it, I didn't really see it coming. Still right now, I don't know exactly how I feel about the reveal of the church being like the true villains of the first season. I do like how it kind of built, like that conspiracy builds, but I do feel that sometimes I felt like maybe the show should have focused a little bit more setting up some clues as to like the big reveal, because the twist sort of felt like it was just a twist just to have the twist. Because I don't know how you feel, because like when it's finally revealed that it's the Pope and it's the church that are against the nation and the shield hero, I felt like, okay, that's interesting, but you could have set that up a little bit more. You could have set up like a couple of clues, because like
They did.
but here's the thing. But here's the thing. They do set up a few clues here and there, but it's more led you to believe that it was the king who was like the true evil villain. But like the few times that we saw the Pope was too. We didn't get like any kind of like insinuation that the Pope was like the true evil villain, because in order for a twist to work,
so I can fix this.
But what I'm saying is that in order for a twist to work, like to properly work in the way that it's supposed to, you have to set up like little clues in order to make it satisfying. Because if you just say, okay, it was Jerry down the hall, instead of like, oh, like the main villain, it's like, okay, that's weird. Because remember that movie that we saw, the Usual Suspects?
Yes.
Remember how in that movie they did like little scenes and little edits to really like make you see how the one character who's revealed to be the villain of the whole movie, like the true killer of the movie, the way that they set up the clues, that makes it satisfying, and that also makes it like rewatchable, because the next time that you're watching The Usual Suspects, you're looking for the clues. Because when I rewatch this series, I'm not exactly like looking for the clues. I sort of feel like the Pope just comes out of nowhere, because for the most part the Pope was, in our eyes, was mostly just seemed as like a good guy for the most part.
No. So when the Pope was first introduced, the Pope had a malignant smile with the glasses lighting up, hinting that he has secret intent of being nice. And then when Nofumi revealed the crescent to the other two heroes to start their investigation, there was an end credit scene of the Pope, just a person smiling, which was the Pope smile. And then another episode where the heroes find the secret chamber door. That chamber door was in the secret archive underneath a floorboard in the church. And that's where they find the door, the boards and everything, and the books and everything, was him deciding that the secret organization of the church, and the smile was from the church itself.
But what I'm
the Pope.
But
and
what
then
I'm
when
trying
they
to
finally
say,
find the secret chamber, they shot a beam. And then when they shot the beam again with the hero, with the shield hero this time, they finally revealed the voice. It reveals the Pope.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that when the Pope gets revealed to be like the true villain of the season,
Well, he wasn't a
I
true
don't.
villain. He was just a side villain trying to conquer the kingdom.
Yeah, but
while
that
the king
but
was the
essentially
main villain.
but essentially what because I'm talking about in terms of like story structure and like character, like just like writing in terms of characters. When it's revealed that it's the Pope and when they finally defeat the Pope, I don't really feel that sort of catharsis in the ending. You know what I mean? Do you know
okay,
what
gotcha. Now
do you
I
know
gotcha. Okay.
because it feels almost kind of random that he's the one who pops up to be like, like the big boss at the end
Well,
instead
to
of
me, I really figured
Yeah.
it out when I was watching it, but it's
but
okay.
but no but what I'm saying is like it's like saying it's like it's like you're building up it's like if Star Wars did this, like if Star Wars was building up Darth Vader, but then later it's like no, it's Stormtrooper number 33. He's the big bad villain. It's like okay, you're building because they're building up the king, they're building up mine as like the villains of the series, but when the Pope pops up, it's like it felt too side missiony. You know what I mean?
Okay, gotcha. Now I got your concept. All right, cool.
It just doesn't feel cathartic at the end because also one thing I didn't like about that whole conflict is like it took like 5 fucking episodes to defeat him because a lot of those episodes
5 episodes, not really.
5 or 4 episodes or even 3, but it felt like that. It felt like they took too long to defeat him because I just felt like during that whole conflict,
Well,
it was just mostly like dialogue, like just bickering between the cardinal heroes.
Well, the reason why it took long is one, the 3 of the heroes are extremely weak.
Mm-hmm.
2, Nofumi is the only strong, weak hero
Yeah.
because he has overpowered weaponry for his shield, but he was also under level.
Yeah.
But while the heroes were extremely higher level, but weak on their attacks.
But they could have done that in maybe 1 or 2 episodes if they really wanted to like, do it properly. Because I felt like they just, and this is something that modern anime does a lot, is that they take several episodes to resolve like a simple conflict. And it's always because it's like it's characters talking to one another during the battle, and then they just let the main villain like charge up their attack. You know what I mean? Like I feel like this could have been done faster. It could have been because like the same information that they're trying to tell the audience could have been told in just a couple of dialogue scenes, and then Nafumi finally realizing that he has to use his ace in the hole.
Okay, so I searched up how many episodes it took for them to finally defeat the Pope.
Mm-hmm.
It took, let's see, that's 1 full episode, 2 full episodes. It took 2.5 episodes for it to finally defeat the Pope.
Yeah, but it felt like 5. It felt double the length because
Nope.
I know what you're saying. You're saying like it only took 2.5 episodes, but the way that it was presented, the way that it was paced out, I was just sort of thinking to myself, okay, we get it. You guys can't agree with each other. These 3 guys are weak as fuck, and Nafumi is the only one who has the ability to truly defeat the Pope. But I just felt like it just dragged on and on and on.
Because it makes sense because all 4 of the heroes a discommunication because of the king's corruption. When they finally worked together, they never worked together truly together. Because only the 3 heroes work together and they bicker, and then Fumi's now added to that part, and the bickering started continuing even more.
But also like at the end of it all,
let me finish because I need to explain to you so you understand.
But I get it. But this is one of the things that kind of does irk me about like certain animes, and especially like this show, is like they get so caught up in the minutia of everything, like the whole lore and the whole like rules and mechanics, and it's like, okay, we get what's going on, but do something with what you're setting up, because I feel like they're so interested in setting up like all these arbitrary rules, and like I get it, like fans love that kind of shit. They're like, yes, give me all that rules, give me all that lore, but then it's like you got these characters who can do like these cool badass things, but you take forever and you have to like explain things and you have to bicker, and it's like you can do that, like I said, you can do that with one scene of them bickering. It's like show don't tell. It's like you can show the other heroes being weak or not being strong enough to defeat the Pope, and also you can have like a couple of scenes of them bickering with each other and not being able to see eye to eye, because finally at the end of it all, it's really Nafumi who really defeats the villain without the help of the other characters. But it just felt like with those episodes, they just went on and on and on with the same thing. You know, they can't defeat the villain. They let the villain charge up, blah, blah, blah. And then finally, Nafumi gets the balls to actually use his ace in the hole, which, you know, will lead to consequences. You know what I mean? I just felt like, you know, they could have done it in a faster way. They could have done it in a more faster pace.
No, it's good how it was.
I
It's
disagree.
good how it was because, one, they never seen eye to eye, and the other two heroes never
Yeah,
seen
but what
eye
I'm
to eye.
saying is that, you know, at the end of it all, Nafumi really didn't need those fuckers. He didn't need those bitches because, like, they were weak as fuck.
Yes, I know, but
They could have sped that along. They could have made that
No,
more.
if you were paying attention, the reason why
If you
he
were
didn't
paying
fit-
attention.
No, fucking shut the fuck up. So the reason why he didn't use his A's in the hole because he was told if he keeps using it, he will be more and more corrupt and he will become a monster of the wave. That's why
Yeah.
he did not use it right away. He wanted to solve
No,
it while
but I'm not
using
saying
the
it that
razor.
he needs to use it right away. I'm just saying is that because again, it's like, take your mind out of the reality of the show and then put your mind in the minds of like the writers and the directors. So if you're writing a story and you're taking forever and forever and forever to get to like the final conflict, that's kind of like bad storytelling. You're gonna lose like the audience's attention.
Apparently
and I get
not, because there's a lot of people who watched it and
Yeah,
loved
because-
the hell out of it.
Yeah, because also there's nothing really like the Shield hero as well. You know, because also you got to understand that anime fans, like, they fucking love it. But also if you want your story to reach more than just the anime fans, you also have to take in account good storytelling. Because yes, anime fans are just going to take whatever, because the things that anime fans like are not exactly what everybody else likes.
Yo, don't just build anime fans. We anime fans watch animes specific on our specific taste.
Mhm.
We watch anime
But-
because we like watching it, but if it's shit after the first couple of episodes, we abandon that anime altogether. It doesn't care if it gets good later on.
There's
We
also
abandon
like
it.
a lot of tropes in anime and a lot of things that are done in anime that are just done because those are just things that the fans like. Because like I said, the fans like the little lolly characters. They like the waifus. They like super like intense like scenes where like, oh, the power of friendship will defeat everything. It's like, but I'm just saying, is like, sometimes I just don't like it when like animes do this kind of like pacing and storytelling where like they take several episodes to resolve like a little conflict.
What about Dragon Ball?
Well, Dragon
Ball?
Ball is different because like Dragon Ball, like for example, with stuff like with like the Frieza saga, Frieza is such a big bad villain that that you need those episodes to really tell that story fully. And then also, what I'm talking about is like, remember in like My Hero Academia, like how many fucking episodes did it take for them to like do like that whole like school festival like arc? Like, you know, like one fight like took like 2 or 3 episodes to like finish. And
2
like,
episodes actually.
well, yeah, but some of them did
technically
take.
an episode and a half.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. It's like you can pace this out a little bit more and accomplish more in the story than just doing that. And so this is what I sort of don't like about modern anime, is that they pace these things out way too much and everything sort of feels like a little side mission instead of feeling like actually important. Because the way that Dragon Ball does, well, at least for Dragon Ball in the earlier seasons, like with the Vegeta saga and the Frieza saga, like there was like a lot of build up to like that final confrontation with Vegeta, with Frieza, and then when finally the characters beat the villain, it feels satisfying. With me, with the whole thing with the Pope thing didn't feel as satisfying as say like something like Dragon Ball. And I know I'm a little bit biased because that's something I grew up with.
Here's the concept of that. Have you ever considered that the reason why that is pacing because they had to follow the directions of the original creator of the manga for that
Fuck
pacing?
that shit.
Because in Japan they don't do whatever they want to make it more more better. They followed the instructions of the manga creator of that
But
show.
I will say this is that
So technically, you're criticizing the way how the author wants
here's
it.
here's the thing. But here's the thing. Storytelling in television versus comic books or manga is different, because the way that you present a story is different. The way that a story plays out on the page instead of on the screen is different. That's why things can never be a one-to-one translation, because the way that how fast the reader can read and process all of the information in a book or on a page is different from how a viewer processes information and action and storytelling on the screen. So some things do need to be adapted, and some things do need to be oftentimes shortened a little bit. And like, I don't like that sort of idea, because that idea is so restrictive. Because oftentimes when you're following the book or the manga or the play or whatever you're adapting, you have to adapt it to a different medium, because some things are not going to work. Because like, for example, like in books, you can have like monologues of the character just talking in their head, or the narrator explaining like the design of a whole building or something. In a visual medium, you have to do things visually. And so when anime, when the characters are just standing around talking about the bullshit of the world, it's like, come on, guys, this guy is fucking gonna murder you, and you're just here yapping about blah blah blah, all this bullshit that you don't really need to be yapping about. That's just my problem. You know what I mean?
All right then.
Like, I mean, like, again, like, I'm not trying to insult the original creators or the original authors, but people need to understand, just because you're following something because, oh, that's just how the book did it, that's just how the novel was or whatever. It's like, no, it's like you're fundamentally not understanding the medium in which you're creating this story in. You have to understand that books are books, TV is TV, and movies are movies. It's all different types of storytelling, and you have to adapt it. And that's just my point of view. It's like, I know I'm gonna probably get a lot of hate because of this, but like that's just a reality you have to accept. Like, again, I'm not shitting on creators. I'm just like saying, like, you have to get out of that mindset when you're creating something. But anyways, I think we also forgot to mention a character who I actually did like.
And who's that?
The Queen of the Folios.
Yes. The Queen. So the side mission that when we introduced the Queen of Folios is where Melody was kidnapped by the nobles and threatened to tell her where the shield hero is, or he will off her. The shield hero saves her. Then the guy that was gonna off Melody release a monster of the past heroes, sealed. It does his rampage, and then the Folio Queen comes in to save them all, just because Fleo was there to be the new queen.
And one thing that I like about this queen, and again, I like the way that the queen, that the character of the queen, not only like, she creates conflict, she creates stakes for the story. Because she mentions to Nafumi, if he cannot work together with the heroes, with the other three cardinal heroes, she's gonna murder them.
Yeah, each and every one of them.
And then that way, a new set of heroes can come into the world. And so this creates stakes for Nafumi, but also I think the queen is a great character. She kind of reminds me of this one character from The Lord of the Rings. Who denies Frodo the ring. Frodo wants to give the ring to this one elf character who, in the movie, she's played by Cate Blanchett, and she reminded me a lot of the Folio Queen. And so I really liked her as a character, and I liked how it sort of introduced like a new aspect of the world. And it's also heavily implied that her old master was the former Shield hero, or a former Shield hero.
Yep.
So do you want to talk about like the trial?
The trial. Yes, the trial. We will speed it up of the trial. We just gotta reveal what happened in the trial. So after the whole situation of the Pope, the Queen finally returned back to her nation. After after being given information by her spies of what's been happening while she was away, she finally took an action to set the king and the first princess to trial for the trial of the misinformation, the lies, and the corruption they have done to the nation and what they have done to Nofumi.
Yes.
So basically, she said she will be the judge, the executioner, and what was so? There was 3 titles.
Judge, jury, and executioner.
They're judge, jury, and executioner. So throughout the whole case, the first princess was given a save crest because she knows that she lies a lot.
And I remember when we were watching it, I told you, I want that job.
Yeah, because you paint it right in the chest. You can see it right up there.
Yep.
My God. So after the save class, the question started. And then the save class activated multiple times of what she had said. And then the spear hero did not want to accept it. And took a slave crest himself as well. And asked questions about Nofumi of that night where she was getting sexually assaulted by Nofumi.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't think we mentioned that in the beginning. The princess blamed Nofumi being trying to rape her.
Yeah.
And when he asked that, say, Nofumi was raping you, right? Tried to rape you, and you came to me to save you. Like, yes, the devil of the she-hero tried to rape me. And then the slave crate activated, but this one activated so intensely because it was the biggest lie she ever told that it knocked her the hell out.
Yeah.
For a few moments.
Yeah, that was a pretty intense scene.
And not only that, they were having the trial. It was a public trial.
Yeah.
The whole nation of the whole nation of that area saw this trial.
Yeah, again, it goes into like that theme of like just like how media portrays things. It kind of reminded me of like the OJ trial or something like that. You know, like those trials that you see on TV.
Yeah.
Like whenever like a big, trial is going, like when a big case is going to trial.
Like recently, the trial Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp or again, because like they're doing like a trial of like the king and the princess, it reminded me a lot of like the things that Trump is going through right now.
All right. So after the whole reveal of them, and then after reveal of Nofumi clearing his name, now they went towards the attempted execution and the working together with the Pope to kill the heroes. And the king was basically lost all his status because of the queen's decision to take away all status from him and the queen.
Yeah.
And the princess.
Mm-hmm.
She decided to execute them.
Yeah, they were gonna get beheaded like on the guillotine.
Yes. And while they were planning to execute, the princess cried out, and the king said, "What? No!" And the trial, you could tell that the king was trying to satisfy try to make his actions pure, saying that we were scared of the waves and that Shield Hero was the devil of everything. And the queen revealed that you summoned the heroes while I had a meeting with the other nations to give the nations of each hero because of you caused a major chaos with all the nations.
Yeah. And but one thing that I find interesting about that whole like execution scene is that Mine, she begs everybody for mercy. She begs it from like her mom, her the spear hero, and then finally she begs Nofumi for forgiveness and for mercy.
Also, before we continue, sorry, and also before this trial even happened, Nofumi had a vision of it happening.
Yeah, he had a vision of both the king and the princess being in the guillotine, and when she like calls out to Nofumi, the princess makes such a fucking ugly face. Her face almost looks like a turtle. like she's like looking at Nofumi begging for mercy, and thankfully Nofumi actually decides to have mercy on them because he really truly doesn't want to see them killed.
And his reasons why, he said that you think killing them would be great? That's an easy death, an easy release. Let them be alive, and so they can see their errors of their ways.
Yeah, and he chooses to change their names. The king from now on is going to be known as Trash. And Mine is going to be known as Bitch and Whore.
For her adventure name.
Yeah, and I kind of like that. I like that scene. It's pretty funny. I do. Well, I was like on TikTok and I was like looking through the comments because someone reposted that scene on TikTok, and some people were saying, "Oh, I think the king and the princess got off too easy," and I was like, kind of like, yeah, but me. I think it works for Nafumi's character. I just wish that they would have done, instead of killed them, they and just changed their names. They should have done an auto da fe.
Ah, yes, you were telling me that. Shame, shame, shame,
Ask me
shame.
ask me what an auto da fe is.
What is an Alton Buffet?
It's what you oughtn't to do, but you do anyway. But yeah, they should have just shamed them in public, like Game of Thrones style.
Yes, you showed me a video of it.
But anyways, I liked it. I liked that resolution.
Yeah,
Of
and
the
and
princess.
also during that trial, it was revealed that the queen was gonna sacrifice herself.
And beg the shield hero to let them live.
Yeah, if he didn't do that, but the queen said that Nofumi must have took notice of her hesitance of
Mhm.
calling the executioner, and took action.
Yeah,
Which
but,
Melody at
yeah.
the time thought that Nofumi was just being an asshole,
Mm-hmm.
changing the names and not thanking the queen. But when the queen crouched down and told Melody what the
Mhm.
hero did, she was like, "Oh no, I need to go apologize."
Yeah. But I also kind of like knew, like I knew that Nafumi, like because of his character, he wouldn't just like mindlessly have people killed, because I would expect maybe the spear hero to be like that, but I wouldn't expect Nafumi to be like that.
Yes.
So do you want to jump into like what happens like before the end of the series, or before the end of the first season, like the characters
Well,
that we
the first
meet?
season is not over yet.
Yeah, because we meet several characters who are going to be important in season 2.
Yes. Now after that, after the whole trial, they go to an island,
Uh-huh.
which they meet new characters, and was told that on this island, the XP for killing monsters increase tenfold.
Mm-hmm.
And every monster they kill, low level or high level, they get a whole bunch of levels.
Mm-hmm.
But before they went to the island, they finally got their class upgrades.
Finally, yeah.
Yeah, and because of their upgrade, because of their XP they've been getting, all the XP they've been that's been held back has been went up. All of that XP went up, and Nofumi gained a couple of levels. And Reptile and Frio was able to get upgrades as well, but because they were slaves, they couldn't choose the skills they want.
Yeah, and but also during that time, afterwards we're going to skip over a little bit ahead because we still have to get through season 2.
Yep.
We meet these new characters. And I like the way that they introduce these characters because we learned from the queen that Raphtalia's village is going to be rebuilt.
Yes.
And during the time where they're in the ruins of the old village, we meet these two characters, but like the camera, like they don't place the camera like on their faces. We don't get to see their faces. We just see like their bodies, and it's very mysterious, and I like that. But we later learn that their names are Lark and Sign.
Sign, yeah.
And these heroes, and these are other heroes of another world, much like Glass, who is another hero that gets introduced in the middle of season 1.
Yeah,
but we think initially we think they're villains, but they later get revealed to be heroes.
Yeah, in season 2.
Yeah, and so they meet these heroes, and then during the next wave, it's revealed that they're here to kill the cardinal heroes.
Well, not all of the cardinals, only the shield hero.
And because they believe that, they think that they'll be able to save their world, which in a lot of ways, like the show doesn't take or at least there's like the way that the show explains it kind of makes it like very vague and a little bit confusing on why they think that. Like, because they don't mention like, oh, the prophecy said that if we kill the shield hero, our world will become safe again. Or there's like, oh, the Pope of our universe said this and this and this. Like, I don't understand exactly why they have to kill the shield hero, because because that's one thing
Yeah,
about those
it's a
characters.
little foggy. In season 2,
Yeah.
they didn't even reveal that neither.
Because I like those characters. I like Glass, I like Lark, and I like the other characters. But I feel conflicted because like they're doing
Wait,
like
is the dog still in the cage? Oh fuck! Sandy's gonna be pissed. All right, you continue talking. I'm gonna go down.
all right. So I understand. Like I feel conflicted with these characters because I feel that these villains, well, they're not villains. They're more like heroes. Like like they're heroes in disguise, and I feel conflicted of them because I don't know. I think I'm gonna cut this part out. Fuck it. I'm gonna cut this part out. All right. Fuck it. Fuck. Motherfuck. Fuck. Noise. Smoking weed. Doing coke. Drinking beers. Rolling fatty. Smoking blunts. Who smokes the blunts? We smoke the blunts. Rolling blunts and smoking. $15, little man. Put that shit in my hand. If that money doesn't roll, then you owe me. My jungle love. Oh. I got to get to know ya.
All right.
So let's go through season 2 really quickly because I don't really have that much to say about it.
So season 2, I'm gonna explain a little bit. Part of season 2, we started in the same world when Nofumi took land, which I don't think you revealed that. He took land of Vertalia's old village. He became now the lord of that land.
Yeah.
And throughout the land of the first couple episodes, it's been revealed that the spirit tortoise, the tortoise that stops the waves if the Cardinal heroes were killed off, has been activated. And Nofumi took action because the turtle was going towards his nation, to his territory, his land. So he went to go fight it, go talk to the queen about it. When the queen and the other 3 heroes showed up, the 3 heroes didn't want to take part of it. They say, screw that, we're not only doing that, we're only here for the waves. Goodbye. And Nofumi said, I'll take it, I'll do it. And went to a whole adventure going towards a kingdom called the Soul Turtle Kingdom. They went over there, had a conversation, talked about what were they gonna do. A new character has been revealed to be the queen of that kingdom that got killed off.
Concubine.
But she is a concubine. She's basically the essence of the spirit tortoise. After going through talks, they started making plans to fight the tortoise and take care of the problem. After the whole fight, they took down the tortoise. They went inside the tortoise to see how to stop it completely because they didn't know how to kill it off completely yet. So they go through records, they go through anything they could find to find out how to kill it. And then Nofumi at the time found writing of his own people being summoned in that spirit tortoise's back, telling them that you have to kill off the turtle's head and kill the heart but it didn't really reveal that, but it just hinted at. After Nofumi finally talks fighting, a new character has been revealed of another hero of the world that Lark, Glass, and the other girl are from. After having a big fight, they finally defeated him. But before he retreats, he took the Sport Tortoise's spirit, its soul, and the souls that he collected to his world. Well, Nofumi decides to follow them.
And and then basically like the rest of season 2 becomes like a whole side mission, basically.
Yeah, it basically is because...
Well, the whole season feels like a whole side mission because I feel like they kind of ignore like the points of the story that they were already setting up in season 1.
Well,
it just felt so weird.
Season 2 was a setup for season 3.
Yeah.
Because season 3 is going to involve both their worlds working together for a common goal. Yeah. And then some of them will go to Nofumi's world and some of them will go to his world to solve a big problem. Because in season 3, they're going to have problems where all 4 heroes has to work together to fight them. But it just feels so
so odd and a little bit awkward because I feel
it is.
because I feel that basically like the whole season felt like a whole side mission. It felt
It
like
is a side mission.
yeah,
That's what
but
it
like,
was.
But like that's the thing. I don't like side mission stories. I'm sorry.
Too
That's-
bad. As a true gamer myself, I
Yeah.
love side missions.
Yeah, because like, but it just felt like like the show kept insisting that these are like important things.
Okay,
which,
treat it as the Breath of the Wild. You do side missions to get equipment and also XP to help you fight.
Yeah, because like there are certain things that do move, like there's certain plot points that do move the story forward because Nafumi gets this new ability from the turtle. He's able to use this new shield, so instead of
It's
relying
a
on
laser. It's awesome.
no, and that's cool because like it's a new ability that hopefully he gets to use a lot in season 3. And then also Raftalia also gets like her own like vassal weapon, which is pretty cool that now she has a more powerful weapon and more abilities. But I just felt like the whole season was too like side mission-y, even though I did like the characters, because one thing that I was worried about season 2, because you know how like they introduced Raftalia's friend from her old village, the one with like the
wolf ears, yes.
yeah, the wolf ears. I really didn't like that character. I didn't really like how because that character was just like another cute like little kid type character. And I was like, no, guys, please don't put him in the party.
Oh,
Come
he's
on.
gonna be in the party in season 3 because he doesn't grow up like Raftalia did.
I just hope that they don't make him. Cause I don't want to see like some little kid.
Okay,
partying
I don't
around
know if
with them.
I don't know. You think you remember this? The human demons.
Mm-hmm.
While they're gaining XP, they
Well,
have
they
to
do
eat
grow.
a lot, and
They grow a lot.
exponentially quicker. So he's no longer gonna be a little boy. He's
But
gonna
I'm
be
just-
an adult.
but
Like
I'm just saying-
Raftalia did.
But I'm just saying, hopefully he becomes an adult if he is going to be part of the party, because the few
Of course,
because
of
the
course
few,
he
but,
is.
but the few episodes that they put him in at the beginning of season 2, he really annoyed the fuck
He
out
was
of
a
me.
kid. It makes sense.
But I don't like seeing those types of kid characters, so I'm just
Shut the
hoping.
hell up. Just accept it.
Okay, so I'll accept it for now. But if in season 3 he's hella annoying, I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm gonna shit
He's
myself
gonna
or
be an
something.
adult when season 3 comes out.
But
Probably.
anyways,
Who knows?
But I did like the new characters that we were introduced in this other dimension. I like that one girl with the fishing hook, and she was wearing kind of like the kimono. I liked her. She was pretty fun throughout the season. And the villain is actually an interesting villain that they use, because that villain, like Nafumi, is a person from the real world, but Nafumi is one type of weeb, or not weeb, he's one type of otaku, and this other guy is the worst kind of otaku.
And neat.
Yeah, like one of those like greasy fingered and creepy kind of
So
anime
to
fans.
explain it, Nofumi is the kind of character in games to be a merchant, does things what he needs to do, and don't disrupt the order of things. While the other guy who likes to conquer people does selfish things to get what he wants,
Mm-hmm.
and he got banned from doing that. And he hated that and killed himself because of it.
It kind of reminds me of that one South Park episode where they're playing World of Warcraft, and there's that one fat piece of shit who's just going around killing people for like just for the fuck of it. and yeah, like, but season 2, I just can't get behind it too much because it just all felt like a one big side mission. Because like
Because
a lot
it
of
was. Jesus
But-
Christ.
but
I,
I'm just
I
saying-
kept telling you every
but I'm
time we
just saying-
watched it.
but I'm just saying that
it
like
was.
like for example, like when Raftalia gets captured and Nafumi goes through like his whole emotions, like I already knew that Nafumi loved and respected Raftalia. Like I didn't need a reminder that he
Again,
cares for
season
her.
2 took a long time to come out when season 1 was out, so they had to have a refresher for anyone who watched it.
But
us,
but that's sort of the thing. It's like we watched this on Crunchyroll. Like, can't people go back and watch it on the streaming service again?
Jack, when we watch an anime and it's too fresh of what they remember of the greater details, they need to be refreshed. That's why the season was there to refresh people's memories, saying that's why it was there. Look, it will be a different experience if I show you season 1 and then wait a couple of years of season 2, and then you ask me a question, hey, why why does Inafumi like that? And that's the flashback and respect and all that. Like,
No,
and then
but-
you were refreshing your mind, saying, "Oh yeah, that's right."
But we don't really learn that much about nothing. Well, not nothing new, but we don't learn much new about the characters, and we don't really get to see them like change perspectives or grow, because like I just felt like that season was just reminding us, oh, Nafumi loves Raftalia, Nafumi cares for Philo, and
Except it was supposed to be a refresher from season one.
But I'm just like, they could have done like
My
a
God.
whole, they could have done like a whole flashback episode where they were like, previously on
No,
the Rising of the Shield
no,
Hero.
It's not like Dragon Ball. Each anime does a little differently of refresher. That's what if it would be a whole different
It
thing.
just feels
if we watch
like they're
season
wasting
one-
my time.
No, it's not. If we watched season one when it first came out and watched it, and then came back again 2 or a year later of season and watched season 2, you would have been asking, "Oh, so what's going on? I don't remember any of this." And then when the episode was going all out of the whole situation of that, you'd be like, "Oh, that's why. Yeah, I remember now. Now that's why season 2 and they have those kind of refreshers."
But also the way that we watch these shows, we basically binge like whatever seasons are available. So
exactly.
I don't
you
really
had to
need
come
that.
to the concept of time stops. You had to accept the reality of anime does not come out when they come out. It takes years for that anime to be out. And the reason why we finally
But I
watched
just-
the Shield
but
Hero
I
because
just
season
feel-
1 was already out and season 2 was already confirmed. And when we finally got down to the list to watch season the Shield
But
Hero,
I feel
season
like-
2 was already done when we started watching it.
But I just feel like this whole second season is a side mission.
It is. I keep telling you this.
But it's not good. Just because you say that that's just what they wanted to do doesn't make it good. You know what I mean? It's just like you can't say like, oh, just because like this is the way that they want to do it, you're supposed to have this emotional response. And it's just like, nah, I wasn't feeling this one.
My
There's
God.
things I liked about there's things that I liked about the season. I just didn't like the season as a whole. I just felt like they were ignoring like the actual things that made me care about the series. Because one thing that I cared about season 1 is like I cared about like all the social commentary that they were putting into the show. Because we really don't see animes that do this kind of like universal like social commentary. I was really digging the fact that it was like that they were critiquing like modern day society in a fantasy show. Like that's the shit that I like to watch. I don't want to watch like, just bullshit side mission quests.
My God, you're fucking difficult to deal with. That's what's the purpose of that. It was supposed to be a refresher.
When you don't like the purpose of what a show or a piece of art is trying to do, there's not really much that you can do to actually like get yourself to love it.
It was supposed to be a refresher side mission.
Okay.
That's what its purpose was.
I guess I just have to live with that. But my critique is that I really felt that my time wasn't properly used.
It was. Oh my God, fine, whatever. I just put it in your head. It was supposed to be
Let's
like
just
that.
hope season 3 is much better.
Season 3 will be way different. Season 2 was a refresher and introduction of the new characters for season 3.
Okay, so
I explained it to you multiple times.
The only reason I'm so hard on season 2 is because I liked season 1 a lot. I liked season 1 a lot.
I get that, but I told you multiple times this was a size mission. This
And
was
for
an
some
introduction
people,
for
and
characters.
for some people, that's all right. That's an all right story to tell for some people. But me personally, I'm not a big fan of side missions.
My God, fine. Let's continue on now.
Okay, so let's give our final thoughts.
So before that, after he finished the whole adventure and finished the side mission, he returns back to his home. Fleo wants to return back to that world to fly again, and everything has been set up back to normal. They reveal what happened in their side when Nofumi was gone. Apparently, when the wave was activated, when Nofumi was in their world, it activated in their world. So it revealed that when a wave happens in one world, it's happening in the other world. So now they know what's happening now. Their two worlds are linked. When a wave happens in one, and a wave happens in the other. And when Nofumi returns and got the whole story up, he kept the outfit, which I was disappointed. Not all the characters kept their outfits. Ratalia's outfit, when the Shrine Girl gave her the outfit, it looked so good on her. She should have just kept it. in Ofumi's outfit when he got crafted, he kept it, the whole thing, and I loved it so much.
Well, I'm kind of glad that they didn't keep most of their outfits because in that other world, it's mostly like a Japanese and Eastern influenced world, like that design. And I'm kind of tired of like animes all looking like that. And that's one of the things why I like the Shield Hero is because it's mostly that Western European medieval style, which is an aesthetic that I like. Because one thing that I hated about the slime is that when they decided to build their own town, their town just looks like a modern Japanese like town.
Oh, they changed it. If they do a season in the manga, they do changed it.
Hopefully, because I am kind of tired of seeing like the same kind of like town designs or the same kind of city designs. Like I like it when fantasy anime shows us things that we normally don't see in normal day life.
I could agree on that.
But yeah,
so after the whole thing, they finally returned the soul of the Spiritus back to the location, and they finally said their final goodbyes, and then end credits, and they revealed the event, their Nofumi's adventure is not over. We'll be back soon, which hinting season 3.
Okay. Again, season 1 was pretty great. There was some things that irked me and make me cringe, but I liked the characters. I liked the world that they set up. The action was pretty kick-ass. I loved it. Season 2, big ol' side mission, not my favorite. If I were to rate the show as a whole, I would give it maybe a 7 out of 10. Season 1 would probably be like a 9 out of 10 for me. And then season 2 is probably like a 6. But overall, I like the show.
I liked it.
I can't wait to see it.
You guys already know my opinions for defending this anime.
I know, but like the show is good. It has things that you normally don't see in other animes, and it goes places. It goes into dark places, which I really appreciated because it's not all fun, sunshine, and rainbows. It's pretty mature. It's pretty, and it goes pretty dark, which I appreciate. Anything else that you want to add before we finish?
Nah, this was a good anime. I loved it all. I understand the whole story concept during a weeb standpoint and understand all the things and everything, which my normie friend here does not. So weebs, contain yourselves. Some of you may agree on his standpoint, and some of you will not.
And if you have any complaints, you can reach me at www.lickmyass.com.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say something. My God. I knew you were going to say some asshole comment. I knew it.
Yeah, because if any of you little ass napkins come at me at the comments, you can submit all your hate mail to www.idon'tgivashit.com.
Oh my God. You gotta hate and love the man. He knows what he's talking about.
I'm a complex man.
He is a very complex man, and I'm a very crazy man, so it makes sense why we're doing a podcast together.
All right, so should we reveal what we're going to be watching next?
Yes, please reveal it. What we're watching next, co-host. What are you watching next?
So next week, we're actually going to be doing a first, where it's going to be our first horror movie.
Oh, fuck me. I don't like horror.
So we're going to be watching the 2019 movie called The Lighthouse, directed by Robert Eggers, starring Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson.
Fuck. I don't like horror movies.
Stay
away from them.
I will say this. At least it's a different kind of horror movie. It's not what you expect. That's all I'm going to say.
It's even worse. They're going to show naked people with bloody gourds and everything.
You
Wait, did I hit the nail?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head.
Holy shit, I was just saying some random crap.
All right, so that's what we're going to be watching next week. Check you.
All right, see you guys later. Leave the comments below, subscribe, hit the likes. That really helps our algorithm. Please do that so. And if you guys want any more content, you guys can go over and jump over to my Twitch, which is twitch.dragon9074. And the name will be changing soon, so the name will be changing real soon. My link will be down in the description down below if you guys want to just hop over and just have more content. I'll be streaming most of the time, and if you have got questions and you have recommendations, put it in my chat so I can put it on our list to watch it in the future. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode of us bickering and yelling at each other, which is fun. Very fun. Subscribe and come back again with our next episode.
All right.